close at hand. Look no further.
Football doubleheader here at Everett Memorial Stadium tonight. Game 1, the Arlington Eagles and the Jackson Timberwolves. Game 2, the Cascade Bruins and the Everett Seagulls. Game 1 getting underway here in about 11 minutes or so. Last night, Archbishop Murphy beat Kennedy 41-14. Game played down at Highline Stadium in Burien. And elsewhere this evening, first game of the doubleheader at Edmonds Stadium. The 5 o'clock game has Marysville Getchell at Meadowdale. And then also later tonight, Linden Christian at Lakewood. Mount Vernon is playing at Mariner tonight. Woodinville at Monroe. Kamiak at Lake Stevens. South Whitby is playing at Concrete. Edmonds Woodway at Marysville Pilchuck this evening. Glacier Peak home against Oak Harbor. South Whitby at Concrete. Kings at Coopville. Snohomish is playing down at East Lake. Darrington at Sultan. Linwood is at Shorewood. Bishop Blanchette at Granite Falls. Stanwood playing at Cedar-Woolley. Cedar Crest at Hazen. Then the 8 o'clock game down at Edmonds District Stadium. Shorecrest playing at Mount Lake Terrace. Cascade and Everett, the 8 o'clock game here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Coming your way tonight at 11 o'clock, right after our football broadcast, it's IZOD IndyCar Weekly. Tomorrow, Husky football, the Hawaii Warriors and the Washington Huskies. 11:30 pregame tomorrow morning. 12:30 kickoff from Husky Stadium in Seattle. Then right after that, we'll go to the wonderful Pistachios 400. Yes, they named it after a nut. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, 3:30, or right after the Husky game, live from Richmond International Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. Monday night, the Steve Sarkeesian Show, 4:30, and Health Matters at 6 o'clock. 1 week from tonight, we're back with you for Game 1 of a doubleheader again here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Marysville Pilchuck and Cascade at 5 o'clock. Game 2, the Snohomish Panthers and the Jackson Timberwolves at 8 o'clock. Our first game tonight features the Arlington Eagles and the Jackson Timberwolves. We're live at Everett Memorial Stadium. Stay with us. Western Conference High School football next on Fox Sports 1380. For Frank Foster, I'm Tom Lafferty, and that'll do it for this edition of the Wesco Tonight.
At Skagit State Bank, we're local, just like you. We like to keep our money close to home, in our community. We know our community grows stronger every day when the money earned here stays here. So kick back and relax, knowing your money is right here at home, in our corner of the Northwest, just as it has been for more than 50 years. We're with you today, tomorrow, and into the future. Skagit State Bank, member FDIC. Local, independent, proud.
Go wild! How can you go wild with the family this summer? Head to Wild Waves Theme Park in Federal Way, Washington to go wild in over 60 rides, slides, and attractions. The new water ride, the Riptide, is now open. Riptide now open. See the brand new entertainment lineup, including our All-American High Dive Show and our high-energy stage show, Rock Nation. Get your discount tickets for only $29.99 plus tax per person at select Federal Way area Safeway stores. Go to wildwaves.com for discount ticket locations. Wild Waves Theme Park. Loads of summer fun. Go wild!
Everett Silvertips traffic. 81 degrees under sunny skies. That's the good news, my friend, as it is stop and go northbound I-5 to downtown Everett and southbound 405, just a parking lot due to an earlier collision that has been cleared. However, it is bumper to bumper. Damson Road down to State Route 527. Southbound I-5 into downtown Seattle, stop and go at Northeast 120th all the way down to the Ship Canal Bridge. And 405 northbound right now, very thick from just north of 520 as you make your way up through Kirkland. And then northbound I-5 out of downtown Seattle, very heavy from the Seattle city limits up to the county line. Now, you can play golf at Kayak Point Golf Course for the same price as all of our Fox Sports 1380 events. 18 holes for just $13.80 after 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. For more info and tee times, make sure you head to golfkayak.com. Shorts, T-shirts, and sunglasses. That's what's needed over the weekend with highs in the mid-80s. Right now, it's partly sunny and 79 degrees, and let's get fired up for high school football right here on Fox Sports 1380.
Is a live broadcast exclusive of Fox Sports 1380 KRKO Everett.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night! If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
This is the best of high school football on Fox Sports 1380.
Second down and 6 yards to go at the 32. The Tommies will run it. Denton takes it on the toss sweep to the left. Sidesteps the defender at the 25. Runs over a would-be tackler at the 50. And now he goes untouched and into the end zone. The Marysville Pilchuck touchdown.
Arlington, Cascade, Everett, Glacier to Peak, Jackson, Kamiak, Lake Stevens.
First down, 10 yards to go at the Peninsula 40-yard line for the Grizzlies. Zach Richter calls a signal from the spread formation, and here's a snap. But Richter stands strong in the pocket, looks downfield, finds Southern all by himself. That's a Glacier Peak touchdown. Richter, 6 TD passes in the game.
Mariner, Marysville, Pilchuck, Monroe, Oak Harbor, Shorecrest, Snohomish, Stanwood.
And here's the kick, and Taylor Meade takes it at the 25-yard line, right up the middle of the field to the 35. Now cuts back at the 40. He reaches midfield, and he is gone. At the 40, he's to the 30. Slants to the right side at the 20, crosses the 10, and into the end zone. That's a 75-yard return for a Jackson touchdown.
High school football on Fox Sports 1380.
Game 1 of our Friday night doubleheader on this 9th day of September features the Arlington Eagles and the Jackson Timberwolves with the Everett Seagulls and the Cascade Bruins to follow. Western Conference football here on Fox Sports 1380 is presented each week by Frontier Communications and brought to you tonight in part by WescoAthletics.com, Judd Black Appliance, by Integrated Rehabilitation Group, Skagit State Bank, by Green Shields Industrial, Hat Trick Pizza, Dwayne Lane Family of Auto Centers, by Smoky Point Buick GMC, Mukilteo Chiropractic, Evergreen State Heat and AC, by Screen Printing Northwest, and by Frontier Communications and Frontier. Game on. Hello again, everybody, with Bill Kusler and Frank Foster. I'm Tom Lafferty. Our spotter tonight, Pat Castro. Statistician is Buddy Patrick. Our on-site producer is Sean Kelly. Network producer is the Run Doctor, Brandon Hamilton. The world's largest broadcast crew is assembled here at Everett Memorial Stadium for this prep football twin bill, and we've been enjoying our Red Rock subs prior to the start of our broadcast. We've been unanimous in our hope that we don't see a replay of last week's game at Lake Stevens. But, Bill Kusler, I don't think that'll be the case. I think this set to be a pretty good ball game, even though they played decidedly different games a week ago.
They certainly did. This looks to be a great matchup. These are two good ball clubs. And we started last week. Arlington pummeled Mariner 42-12, and they were ahead 42-0 early in that ball game, and Mariner scored late. Of course, Mariner was out without everything running back Kavari Russell, but still Arlington was very, very impressive with quarterback Blake McPherson going 11 for 20, 222 yards and 3 touchdowns in that ball game. Jackson just squeaked by, and their big play was kind of a surprise at the end of the first half as they scored a touchdown. They did a squib kick, bounced off of a Marysville Pilchuck player, and they ended up kicking a long field goal right at the half that gave them those 16 points, and those 16 points held up as Jackson defeated Marysville Pilchuck 16-14.
Frank Foster, we're going to look back at these opening weeks with fondness when the rains start in a couple weeks, but tonight, a beautiful night for high school football. Hey, let's play 2.
And we're going to. You know, it is beautiful down here, and I deserve every piece of sunshine that's coming my way, because I know what happens in October and November. So right now, it's my time to enjoy being in the sun while you guys sit up there in that hot press box.
There's nothing quite like seeing Frank as a drowned rat when we get to the middle of November in the playoff games. A year ago, these teams went to the postseason, Bill. Jackson went to the playoffs with a losing record, but they came through because that losing record, even though overall they had a losing record, they do go to the playoffs because they had a winning record in the league play.
Yeah, they certainly did. And then they went into the seeding games, and in a rematch of this game, in the seeding games last year, Arlington defeated Jackson. Jackson moved out of the playoffs, but then Arlington went to the quad districts and defeated Graham Kapowson. They went all the way to the 4A regionals, where they were finally knocked out of the playoffs by Bellarmine Prep.
So, Bill Kusler, let's talk about the players to watch for these two teams, starting with the Jackson Timberwolves, and you start with their quarterback.
Sam Brown is very, very experienced. He's a good leader. He's a good passer, and he's the type of guy you want, running the show. His stats aren't always gaudy, although sometimes they are, but you just cannot underestimate the importance of someone with the amount of poise and experience that Sam Brown possesses.
And Riley Cobb gone from Arlington, so they say, so what? Just call up the next guy. And who is that guy?
That's Colton Hordick, and Hordick just 9 carries, but for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Mariner. He also caught 4 passes for 41 yards. So Colton Hordick came in and made people forget the name of that other guy.
big news just prior to the start of the season, as we mentioned, was the departure of running back Riley Cobb from the Arlington team for what was termed violation of team rules. Frank, have you put on your athletic director's hat? That has to be an action of the stuff on the player, the parents, the coaches, the administration, his teammates. We don't know the details of the case, but that's a really tough thing when you're one of your stars is dismissed from the team just before the season starts.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, and it is probably one of the toughest decisions any of those aforementioned people have to make. And with the team, sometimes it'll bring them together. And I was just counting down here, and I believe they have 27 players on Arlington. So their Achilles right now is going to be depth. But I tell you, I've been watching them warm up, and they're really a tight-knit ball club.
Yeah, Bill, they have no depth.
They don't. That is correct. Frank said 27 players on their roster. Jackson has 59 players, and Joel Vincent was saying that they're a little thin. So with 27 players, 8 of those Arlington players are both two-way starters. And so they're going to see a lot of action. So in this hot sun, one of the things that we will need to watch is the fitness of the Arlington Eagles with so many players going both ways and whether Jackson can wear them down. Arlington definitely has the firepower, and we'll see if they can maintain that through all 4 quarters.
We're back with you next week live on Friday night for another doubleheader here at Everett Memorial Stadium. The 5 p.m. game features Cascade and Marysville Pilchuck. 8 p.m. game is Jackson against Snohomish. So again, next week, live at 4:30 for the pregame show here on Fox Sports 1380. KRKO Everett. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler and Frank Foster. Thanks for being with us here. An early start, first game of the doubleheader, and it's Arlington set to tee it up and kick it off. They won the toss and will defer. So Hordick is deep to receive, or is in to kick the football, and then a double twins back for the Jackson Timberwolves set on the read. It's going to be Robinson, Trev Robinson, and Sean Gleckler are deep to receive. Here's the kick, high end over end. It's going to be taken about the 3-yard line by Robinson. 5, 10, up the middle, 15, stutter step at the 20, 25, and all the way out to the 28-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll start pretty good field position. Nice return of about 20 yards, actually 25 yards for Robinson. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jackson. They'll start at the 28-yard line.
We'll see which team can come out firing and try to gain the momentum early.
They come out without a huddle, so they go right up to the line of scrimmage. Lone guy in the backfield is Sam Brown, the quarterback. A flanker to the left, wide receiver left, trips out to the right, so they go with a spread, really spread formation. Back to pass, throws it incomplete as the intended receiver was Trey Patrick, couldn't make the connection over the left-hand side.
The starting offense for the Jackson Timberwolves from tackle to tackle: Alec Casena, Justin Knutson, Jimmy Martinez, Corey Rowe, and Colton Nybleck. The tight end is Josh Gilbert. The split ends, Connor Pleasance and Andrew Dodd. The flanker, Trev Robinson. The running back, Trey Patrick. And the quarterback is Sam Brown.
And he brings them up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 yards to go from the 28-yard line. Ball in the center of the field. High snap. Brown takes it. He's going to run it across the 30. It dives across the 35 out. Close to 1st down yardage. I think he's going to come about a yard short. So a 9-yard keeper right straight up the middle after the high snaps out of the shotgun.
Ben Cotton makes the stop. The defense for Arlington, the 3 down linemen, Stephen Adams, Dylan Worley, and Ben Cotton. The linebackers, Nathan Kaler, Adam Roll, Bo Brummel, and Lucas Ravel. The defensive backs, Terry Don, Colton Hordick, Connor Davis, and Skylar Elgorico.
So it'll be 3rd down, 1 yard to go from the 38-yard line. Need the 39 for the 1st down with 1 yard to go. Lone back again. They'll throw it over the middle. It's going to be complete for the 1st down at the 45, out to the 50, then into Arlington territory down to the 48-yard line. Joachim Soderquist makes the catch over the middle for a 14-yard gain and a Jackson 1st down.
And that was beautiful. They sent the receivers all out wide and brought Soderquist out of the backfield, right over the middle, no one there. An easy 1st down for Jackson.
Double wideouts to the left with a flanker, and then they've got 3 wide receivers to the right on 1st and 10 from the Arlington 48-yard line. Brown will throw. It's going to be incomplete. Popped after the pass is dropped. The intended receiver out the left-hand side is going to be Andrew Dodd. Could not make the connection. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for Jackson.
And Brown has had 2 passes dropped already. That was a very catchable ball. I'm sure that he wishes he had that back as Brown now 1 for 3 for 14 yards.
10 minutes, 49 seconds ago. Opening quarter here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Cascade and Everett to follow. 8 o'clock kickoff. Second down, 10 yards to go for the black-clad Jackson Timberwolves. It'll be that quarterback keeper again. This time, not so much for Sam Brown. He'll bust it forward for about 3 yards, put him down to the 45-yard line. Third down coming up here for Jackson.
Great reaction time by Ben Cotton, who gets his second unassisted tackle as he came from his line position, did not bite on the fake, and that quarterback draw and held him and Jackson to a 3rd and long.
Jackson in their black jerseys, black pants, black helmets, white numbers, and green trim. In the sunshine here, moving from left to right, or from the south to the north here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Third down, 7 yards to go, 45-yard line. Stand strong in the pocket. Brown will run it. Now he kind of tosses it forward. It's going to be a completed pass to Patrick at the 35-30, down to the 25, and all the way down to the 20-yard line as the lefty Brown looked like he was going to run for it, and he says, oh, there's one of those guys that run for it for a living. And he gave it to Patrick, who rumbles all the way down to the 21-yard line.
That was a tremendous play. Number 1, he realized where the line of scrimmage was, and he didn't get past the line of scrimmage. Number 2, great poise by the offensive line for Jackson of not going downfield to try to make a block and being an illegal receiver downfield. Great play, which goes for 24 yards. And a big first down, and Jackson is on the move.
Now Jackson goes to a conventional set. They put the backs of the eye behind Brown. Looked like a little flinch in the backfield, but they'll give it to Patrick. The tailback gets across at 20, and then just fights forward to the 18-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Let's go downstairs to Frank Foster on the sidelines. Frank.
You know, one thing I noticed, guys, is that 2 safeties, number 9 and number 15, are both kind of getting away when they're going to stunt, and that leaves the slot man wide open for a pass, and that's how they hit Patrick coming out of the backfield, because the safety on his side came in, and there was nobody there between him and the first down.
Second down, 7 yards to go for Jackson. Again, backs in the eye, wide out to the left and right, ball to left-hand hash mark. 9-12 to go in the scoreless first quarter. Late handoff, give it to Patrick, rumbles over the left-hand side, 15-10, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. They get about an 11-yard gain. Trey Patrick just rumbles it forward. It gets inside the 10. It'll be first down goal to the goal coming up here for the Timberwolves.
Tremendous blocking on the left side by Josh Gilbert and Alec Casena, who really just collapsed that side in a big hole for Patrick to go through.
First down goal to go from the 7-yard line now for the Jackson Timberwolves, threatening to score for the first time in the ball game. Backs again in the eye. They give it to the tailback again. This time it's Patrick is going to be kind of stood up right at the 5-yard line. Maybe gets a yard or so. Frank Foster, let's talk about how do you, if you're a defensive coordinator for Arlington, you don't know if they're going to go from the wide spread or if they're going to be a conventional I formation. How do you defend against that?
You know, one of the things that they should be mirror offenses, so the coaches have probably seen this many times, but what Jackson's doing right now is they're trying to mix it up a little bit so that they are confusing the defense. And is Patrick going to carry it, or are they going to fake the ball and then throw? So they're ahead right now in regards to offensive plays.
10th play of the drive, second down, goal to go from the 5. Trey Patrick again, they run it, and he again will be stacked up. So suddenly, Bill, Arlington's defense is starting to stiffen up a little bit. Maybe they will go now to the spread offense at the 5-yard line with third down coming up.
Those last 2 carries, 5 Arlington Eagles were in on the play. Now Arlington has a player limping off the field, and they do not have a lot of depth. But Lucas Ravel, the 6'2", 200-pound senior linebacker, is kind of limping down. Looks like he might have turned an ankle or something. So they will be bringing in Derek Sweeney to take his place.
Big play here. Third down, goal to go for Jackson from the 5-yard line. They will go to the spread now. Patrick to the right of Sam Brown, who calls the signals out of the shotgun now. Double wideouts both ways. He'll stand strong to pass. Throws it over the end line and into the end zone for a touchdown. That is going to be Andrew Dodd who makes the catch, kind of falling down across the middle, crossing pattern, and a touchdown for Jackson.
And Andrew Dodd kind of makes up for that drop earlier, and that ball was thrown perfectly. It was thrown low. Dodd had to get down near the ground to scoop up that ball because he had a defender right on his back. So the play was excellently drawn and executed, and Jackson gets on the board first.
Trevor Hodge to kick it out of the hold of Sam Brown for the Timberwolves. Waiting for the snap for the addition of the extra point. And here comes the snap, the spot, the kick is on the way, it's up and strong, and it is good. With 7 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the first quarter of action, it's Jackson 7, Arlington nothing. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
At Skagit State Bank, we're proud of the more than 50 years of service in our beautiful corner of the Northwest. We've watched families, businesses, and our communities grow and thrive over the past decades, and we've grown right along to meet the needs of our customers and the communities we serve. This is a legacy we are proud of, and one we will continue as we join with you in reaching to the future. It's our heritage, and it's in our nature. Skagit State Bank, member FDIC, local, independent, proud.
Well, Bill Kusler fairly workmanlike for the Jackson Timberwolves, kind of evenly spread between the run and the pass, and down the field they go.
That was very impressive. Arlington's defense last week was just excellent, shutting out Mariner until late in the ball game. And Jackson, boy, they established something quickly, marching down the field, going between the spread and a more traditional type offense, keeping Arlington off guard and balancing between the run and the pass, everything you'd like in a first drive.
Take a look at that drive here after this kickoff coming up here. As set to kick the ball away for Jackson is Robert Brenchick, and he will approach and kick it. And looks like maybe somebody was offside because they ran across the 40 a little bit early, so that'll mean a re-kick with the penalty flag coming down. The officials, the referee is Jim Pollock, the umpire is Mike Cope, the linesman Joel Taylor, the line judge here in game one is Murray Gordon, the back judge is Ross Noe, and this crew will kind of shuffle itself for the second game of the doubleheader here tonight. Again, Cascade and Everett, 8 o'clock kickoff here as a fairly decent crowd. People still arriving to watch this game, a doubleheader of all three Everett School District schools playing tonight here on the home field. And then Arlington comes in to play Jackson, a non-league game. The North Division number one a year ago, the South Division number one a year ago. They met back in November for the 1 and 2 seeds into the Quad District, with Arlington getting the best of that one, 42-21. Here is the approach again from 5 yards deeper from the 35-yard line. Brenchick to approach, and here we go. High end over end, fairly deep. It's going to be taken by Colton Hordick. Will take it. Then on the reverse, gives it back over the left-hand side. That's Brummel to 20, 25, 30. Brummel tight ropes along the sideline at the 40, and knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line as El Garrico brings it back after Colton Hordick got it first, Bill. He heads over to the right-hand side, give it to El Garrico, and he comes back to the left-hand side.
Great wall-off block by A.J. Hasalakwa, who held off the receiver or the defender on the reverse and allowed El Garrico to get around the corner. So Arlington will begin their drive, the first of the evening, in excellent field position.
They'll start it at their own 44-yard line, left-hand hash mark. First down, 10 yards to go for the Eagles, down by 7-0 score to Jackson. See what they do out of the spread offense, out of the shotgun, give it to Brummel. Left-hand side, he is going to be buried. Brummel is going to be dropped for about a 2-yard line. Hordick is dropped, it was Hardick is going to be dropped for a Actually, they're going to give it forward progress right to the original line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 coming up.
Jackson's touchdown drive went 71 yards in 11 plays, taking 4:31 off the clock, a 5-yard touchdown pass Brown to Dodd. Hodges' kick was good. Jackson 7, Arlington 0.
And at the score right now, 2nd and 10. Here's a pass over to the right-hand side. It's going to be complete to Terry Don. Gets out to the 50-yard line for a 6-yard gain. Let's get down the field to Frank Foster. Frank.
Well, they just happened to walk by the Arlington bench, and Lucas Lavelle has got his shoe off, and they've got an ice bag strapped onto his ankle.
No huddle here for Arlington. We'll take a look at the starters here in a moment. 3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Arlington Eagles from the 50-yard line, down 7-0. The quarterback is Blake McPherson, takes a snap, kind of a high snap, stands strong to pass, throws it, swings it right side to Hordick. Hordick makes a catch, heads upfield, at the 45-40 and out of bounds along the right-hand side and into the Jackson bench, but they'll move the sticks. It'll be an 8-yard gain and a 1st down for the Arlington Eagles.
And the Arlington Eagles starters from tackle to tackle, Dylan Worley, Ben Cotton, Adam Roll, John Getman, and Hugh Duffy. Bo Brummel is the tight end. Wide receivers Terry Don and Skylar El Garrico. The running backs, Connor Davis and Colton Hordick, and your quarterback is Blake McPherson.
41-yard line. McPherson will call the signals out of the shotgun, flanked by a wide receiver and by a running back. And this time the first running back is Hordick, and he will be absolutely dropped for a 1-yard loss. Nothing doing there. Not quite as easy as skating here on this series. It'll be dropped. I think they're going to put him right now. They're going to give him a 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 11 coming up.
Starting defense for Jackson, the 3 linemen, Josh Gilbert, Christian Enriquez, and Jimmy Martinez. The linebackers, Justin Knutson, Trey Patrick, Drake Kummerly, and Jack Woods. And the defensive backs, Mylod Bagheera, Joaquin Soderquist, Trey Robinson, and Dalston Bird.
2nd down, 11 yards to go. Even though the down box guy hasn't moved back, they're back at the 42-yard line out of the shotgun. McPherson takes it, eludes one man, throws it, and on the bounce tries to get it out to the left-hand side. The intended receiver there was Connor Davis. Not going to happen on the bounce. It'll bring up now 3rd and 11 for Arlington.
We'll see if the down guy gets this all sorted out. Now he moves.
I told you it was 3rd and 11. Yep. It is as they come up the line of scrimmage. Arlington in their white jerseys, white pants, blue helmets, blue numbers, and gold trim. Moving from right to left here in the bright sunshine on a hot night at Everett Memorial Stadium. 3rd down, 11 yards to go. They'll drop back to pass. McPherson throws it over the middle. Into traffic, and the catch is made. High in the air is Terry Don to haul it in for a 1st down. I tell you, he was in big-time traffic.
Yeah, that was a great pass. And Don at 6'4", 190, presents a big target for McPherson. Just a little down and in. There were actually 3 Jackson defenders by him, but he makes the catch for the 1st down. Don goes 15 yards. Blake McPherson now is 3 for 4 for 29 yards.
1st down, 10 yards to go for the Arlington Eagles, now in Jackson territory at the 27-yard line. Ball in the center of the field. McPherson drops back to pass, going to go for a bomb. Left-hand corner, has a man there. Hordick is there right at the pylon. Did he get in? He did. It's a touchdown. Right at the corner pylon on the near side, hauls it in for an Arlington touchdown.
27 yards, and again, he was covered very well by the Jackson defender, but the Jackson defender could not come back and find the ball, and Hordick, right in the corner of the pylon, is able to snag that pass from McPherson. Arlington answers right back, and we are going to have a tremendous ball game here tonight.
And Hordick is also the kicker. In fact, they kind of joked in the Everett Herald article last week that they try to have him film plays between, because he plays offense, defense, and kicks.
He scored 30 of Arlington's 42 points last week.
So waiting for the snap, Hordick for the kick, high snap, and then...
That was interesting. Hordick was backing up at the snap. I wonder if they had some kind of a fake.
That sounds good, a snack.
Or a snap, one of those.
And so, and let's go down to Frank, see what he saw down there. Frank?
Yeah, there was that penalty was against Jackson.
So that they will apparently decline it and then go for the kick here from the same spot. So Hordick will step back. No, they're going to go for 2. They're going to swing it out to Hordick on the left-hand side. He's at the 5. Now he throws a pass, and it's into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Into the corner by Bo Brummel. Hordick kind of got it. He was the kicker. Went out the left-hand side. Left-hand shot put it into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and it's an 8-7 lead.
That was really interesting because we saw him make that break before the penalty, and that should have telegraphed to Jackson that something was up. But they ran the same play. It was a pass from the holder back to Hordick, but it was a backwards pass, so it was a lateral. And then he just went around the right-hand side, flipped a little pass into the end zone to Brummel. So Arlington comes back very aggressively, not only scores, but gets a 2-point conversion to go up 8-7.
5:01 to go in the first quarter of action. It's 8-7 Arlington over Jackson. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Everett Silver Tips traffic. And this is KRKO Everett, and the Drive at 5. That is well underway, and as you might expect, it is heading northbound I-5 to downtown Everett. And also, due to an earlier collision, it is bumper-to-bumper south on 405, right at the I-5-405 interchange down to Philbrook Road. So it has improved immensely in the last 15 minutes or so. Southbound I-5, it is stop and go at Northeast 120th, all the way down to Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound I-5, as you make your way out of downtown Seattle, very thick from just north of 145th. And then over on northbound 405, it is bumper to bumper from 520 as you make your way up to Kirkland. We have only 15 days remaining for the Everett Silvertips home opener. Full season tickets, 14 or 22 game plans, flex tickets, and group outings are on sale right now. Get the best times and all the information right now here at EverettSilvertips.com. Sunny and hot over the weekend, highs in the mid-80s. Hallelujah. Right now it's sunny and 79 degrees, and time now for more high school football with Bill, Tom, and Frank right here on Fox Sports 1380.
A deep kickoff here, and then it's going to be taken, even though his foot was in the end zone, it'll be returned there by Trevor Robinson for Jackson all the way out to the 25-yard line. So Jackson will start it now, this possession, first down and 10 yards to go from the 25 with 4:56 to go in the opening quarter. And Arlington now with an 8-7 lead over the Jackson Timberwolves. Jackson now put it in play. We'll take a look at that scoring drive here after this play. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Sam Brown. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage as he's still down 5 seconds on the shot clock, on the game clock, or the play clock, as he throws over the left-hand side. It's going to be complete out, I guess it worked, out to the 35 and all the way out. About a 14-yard gain. Andrew Dodd hauls it in. They'll move the chain.
The Arlington Eagles went 56 yards in 7 plays. 2 on the ground, 5 through the air. They took 2:28 off the clock with 5:01 remaining in the first quarter. 27-yard touchdown pass from Blake McPherson to Colton Hordick. 2-point conversion pass from Hordick to Bo Brummel, and Arlington leads 8-7.
This may be one of those 49-48 games tonight.
I would love that.
At the 39-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. Out of the shotgun, Brown will roll to the right. No pressure at all. He throws it, and it's going to be complete out to the 49-yard line as it was grabbed there by Sean Gleckler, who came back and hauled it in to be about a 9-yard gain on the pass play, as it was kind of a rough time as he was rolling to the right, but that Sam Brown's a left-handed quarterback.
Well, Brown is throwing the ball to a number of different receivers, and he's got a lot of weapons, and that time Gleckler just down and out, a little bit of a rollout, no pressure to speak of, and it's going to behoove Arlington to try to get a little bit more pressure on quarterback Sam Brown. Of course, they're a little worried about that quarterback draw as well.
And he's in the shotgun again. Second down, a yard to go from the 49-yard line. Give it to Patrick, and he's going to try to carry a couple of the tacklers with him, but those tacklers bring him down for a loss of 2 yards, put him right back down at the 46-yard line. So a 2-yard loss for Trey Patrick on the carry. 3rd and 3 coming up here for Jackson.
Nice pursuit by the Arlington defensive line, and boy, they really gang tackle. One person gets there. He has a swarm of his friends helping out. Trey Patrick, any relation to Buddy Patrick?
I don't think so.
No.
3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 46-yard line. As Brown out of the shotgun, has Patrick to his right in the backfield. Kind of a low snap this time, drops back to pass, throws it. Patrick bounces it up in the air, incomplete pass. As a kind of a high throw, but probably catchable, as it was kind of volleyballed up in the air by Trey Patrick. Incomplete pass, and 4th down coming up here for the Jackson Timberwolves.
And Jackson had kind of a backdoor screen set up, and they had a lot of blockers in front of Patrick, but actually the pass was a little bit high. A difficult pass to catch, and I know that Sam Brown would like to have that one back.
4th down, 3 yards to go for Jackson. Trey Patrick in to kick the football. 3:07 to go here in the opening quarter of action. Arlington with an 8-7 lead, and a punt here for Jackson. Foot to it, high, end over end, fairly short. It's going to bounce at the 25, takes a good Jackson bounce, and goes out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. We'll take a break with 2:59 to go in the opening quarter. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Up, and away we go. It's time for another On the Road with Sitch and Maury show.
Up, and away?
That's right, my friend. Destination Skydive Snohomish at Harvey Field.
Skydive?
You will attempt to become the first Northwest radio personality to skydive while on the air.
You mean like out of an airplane?
And you can join Maury on this historic occasion by booking your flight time right now at skydivesnohomish.com.
Wait. With a parachute?
It's on the way Wednesday, September 14th from 3 till 5.
Did I miss a meeting?
See you at Skydive Snohomish with Fox Sports 1380, and then I'll take you out for some pancakes.
Wait, what?
8-7 lead for Arlington. 2:59 to go here in the first quarter. Game one of the twin bill at Everett Memorial Stadium as the crowd continues to file in to watch two ball games here early on a Friday afternoon. 1st and 10 for Arlington. Standing strong is McPherson. Throws the pass. It's going to be complete to Brummel. Makes a catch at the 15 and out close to the 20-yard line. So gain of about 5 yards for Bo Brummel on the pass play.
Brummel's got to have to make sure he steps over that line because that line brought him down before any defenders did. But I was very impressed watching Blake McPherson go through his progressions. Brummel was his third option. You could see him check down, and then get it to Brummel.
So McPherson out of the shotgun again. 2nd down, 5 yards to go for Arlington. Fakes the pass, keeps the ball, runs it. 20, 25, 30, first down, out to the 32-yard line. Put his knee down, at the 32. So a 13-yard gain for Blake McPherson and a first down for Arlington.
We talked about these teams being mirror images of one another, and that's exactly so. Now Arlington running the quarterback draw, which Jackson did effectively in their first drive.
So first down, 10 yards to go. 32-yard line of Arlington. Eagles with it in their white jersey, moving from right to left. They fake like they're going to run the play. They get the play dialed in from the near sideline, and they're set to go. Double wideouts to the right. Single flanker to the left-hand side. Back in the backfield next to McPherson. Drops back to pass. Has a little time. Throws it. Left side. Complete. Brummel. 40, 45. And out of bounds. Close to the 50-yard line. Another completed pass play for McPherson out to Brummel. This time he steps out of bounds for an 18-yard gain all the way out to the midfield stripe.
You know, most teams are not this wide open and don't have these many receiving options, and it's got to be difficult for those defensive backs to, cover the entire field. And that time they sent the left-hand flanker down deep, and it cleared an area, and Brummel just snuck into there, and he was wide open.
From the 50, 1st and 10. As McPherson takes the snap out of the shotgun, keeps it, and rolls forward for about a 1-yard gain. Let's get down the field to Frank Foster. Frank.
One thing I've been noting down here, guys, is the size of the Arlington line. Their biggest guy is 255, and on the rest of them are either 210 or below, and they are locking on to Jackson, and that's what's giving Blake McPherson all sorts of time back there.
The broadcast crew, 255 is our littlest guy. 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 50-yard line. Ball to center of the field. McPherson takes a snap. He's going to throw another bomb down the left-hand side. He's got a man there. He's got a catch at the 10 to 5 and into the end zone. Skylar Algarico, touchdown Arlington.
Wow. He had about 5 or 6 yards on the defender, and Blake McPherson absolutely put the ball on the money. McPherson steps up real strong in the pocket, had plenty of time. Those smaller offensive linemen that Frank was referring to, great fundamentally and keeping players off him, and he just winged the ball down for 6 points, 50 yards on the touchdown pass.
Yeah, right from the midfield stripe, and they get a 50-yard scoring strike. Elgarico puts it in the end zone. Hordick puts the ball through the uprights for the extra point, and we step aside with 1 minute, 11 seconds to play in the opening period here at Everett Memorial Stadium. 15-7 Arlington leading Jackson. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on WestCoAthletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making WestCoAthletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the Westco Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and check out WestCoAthletics.com, the official website of the Westco Conference.
Bill Kusler, this is my kind of football.
Yeah, offensive, up the field, down the field, this is a great type of game to watch, and Arlington has been very impressive. Jackson was impressive. Probably the first team that kind of gets their defense in gear is going to be one that's going to pull out on top.
Let's get down the field to Frank Foster. We like these kind of games, except, Frank, you're wearing out your shoe leather, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely, and my arm's getting tired from telling the referees it's a break here because of scoring. But I'll tell you right now, one of the things that Jackson has to do is get more aggressive defensively because, as you guys indicated, Blake McPherson has all day to throw back there. And from the Arlington side, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, go ahead and just keep going, guys. We get you 3 down, and we're going to come back and score again. So they're a fun team to watch.
Hordick set to put his foot to it. He approaches, and here we go. Back in business. Kind of a low squib kick taken by an up man at the 25-yard line, at the 30, at the 35. And it looked like almost was fumbled there, but it's going to be Milad Bugara was an up man. He kind of sidearmed it as he caught the ball and then rumbled out for about a 10-yard return, put him out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Jackson. Really pretty good starting field position here on this possession. They're down by a touchdown now at 15-7.
Arlington's last drive went 84 yards in just 5 plays, 2 on the ground, 3 through the air. Took just a minute 56 off the clock with 1:11 remaining in the first quarter. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Blake McPherson to Skylar Elgarico. Colton Hordick's kick was good. It is Arlington 15, Jackson 7.
First down, 10 yards to go for Jackson. They come to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 35-yard line. They all kind of huddled up and kind of got chewed out a little bit. The officials kind of brought them together to say, hey guys, knock it off, let's play some football. 1st and 10 from the 35. A little bit of a high snap out of the shotgun. Brown will run it up the middle, 35-40, still on his feet, and then slides down. Kind of a late slide, and you can't blame the defender for coming up and kind of popping him when he's down on the ground, but out for a 10-yard gain. Actually, we're going to call it a 9-yard gain because he did not get the first down. 9-yard gain.
There were a lot of defenders in the area, and Brown just slipped away, and then he got a nice little block by the umpire and was able to go forward for 9. And Brown, very nice day so far rushing the football, 3 carries for 21 yards.
Second down, a yard to go from the 45-yard line. Ball at the right-hand hash mark. No running back here in this set. He throws it left side. It's going to be complete for a first down out to the 50-yard line as he kind of humped it over the left-hand side, and it was complete to Trev Robinson for the catch. Forward progress into Arlington territory down to the 48-yard line with 20 seconds to play. Probably one more play to go here in the first quarter.
And Jackson would dearly love to answer Arlington's touchdown. Arlington seizing momentum with that last drive, but then Jackson counterpunching.
See if they get one more play up, down to 10 seconds. They come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, down to 4, down to 3. I think they're going to let the time expire. They will. So the time will expire. End of the first quarter with our score. The Arlington Eagles 15, the Jackson Timberwolves 7. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380, presented by Frontier Communications.
Everett Silver Tips traffic. And we have a whale of a ball game underway at Everett Memorial Stadium. Back to that momentarily. And this information courtesy of listener Andy. Thanks so much. Northbound, we have an accident Pacific and Broadway that is now being cleared, but still very slow through there. Southbound I-5, Northeast 120 and all the way down to Ship Canal Bridge. That is an absolute parking lot. North I-5 out of downtown Seattle, thick right at 145th. And then once again at the county line. And then 405 North, we are stop and go right at Northeast 85th. And then once again at Northeast 124th in Kirkland. Experience the thrill of human flights from Washington's #1 skydiving center. That would be Skydive Snohomish. Free fall thousands of feet in 60 seconds while overlooking the beautiful mountains and lakes. Do it just for the fun of it, my friend. Your adventure begins by going to skydivesnohomish.com. A lot of sunshine over the weekend, too, and hot highs in the mid to the upper 80s. Right now it's sunny and 81 degrees. In time now for more high school football right here on Fox Sports 1380.
Thanks very much, Stitch Mitchell, back at the Fox Sports 1380 Broadcast Center. The traffic this afternoon not moving along very well. Still people arriving at Everett Memorial Stadium for this doubleheader. Game 2 featuring Cascade and Everett. Game 1 has been an offensive show so far. First quarter score with Arlington leading at 15-7, and now Jackson with the football. First down, 10 yards to go from the Arlington 48-yard line. They will throw the ball. Now the left-hand side has a man there. That's going to be incomplete. Are they going to call interference? No, they won't. The intended receiver was Andrew Dodd. Billy had it right in his fingertips and couldn't hold on to it. Great defensive pressure to downfield, though.
Connor Davis had defended him, but he had his back to the quarterback, and I thought that Brown was going to complete that pass right over his head. But as the ball got into the receiver's hands, then at the last minute, Connor Davis saw it and slapped the ball away. So you are right. That was a tremendous individual defensive play by the cornerback Davis.
So 2nd and 10 here off the incomplete pass, going for it all for Jackson. 2nd and 10 from the Arlington 48-yard line. Brown is by himself in the backfield out of the shotgun. Double wideouts both directions. He'll run the football right straight up the middle, get about 3-yard gain. I should give him 2 as he's dropped right at the 46-yard line. So not a lot of running room there for Sam Brown.
The front three for Arlington has made a little bit of an adjustment, and they are kind of taking it easy on their pass rush right away to see whether Brown is going to try to go up the middle on the draw or not. And they were able to swarm him early because they did not overrun the play.
Jackson wins a week ago, 16-14 over Marysville Pilchuck, their second consecutive week playing a team from the Western Conference North Division. Third down, 8 yards to go. Patrick down the backfield with Brown out of the shotgun. High snap, gets it. Looking. Now he's going to run to the right. Now he looks again, throws it into the bench area and out of bounds. So he gets rid of the football. And then he looks back at his teammates saying, you know, somebody's supposed to be open because I had nobody to throw it to. Fourth down coming up here. And you almost think that Joel Vincent's thinking, you know what, let's go for it right here.
Well, he's bringing Brown off, so probably not unless he has some kind of fake involved. But obviously, Sam Brown and his receivers were not on the same page because Trey Robinson was one, and also Trey Patrick, both in the pattern out to the left, and Brown was moving to his right. So there was a bit of confusion, forced that play to be unsuccessful.
Fourth down, 8 yards to go, punting time. Trey Patrick in to kick the football. He's standing at his own 40-yard line, waiting for the snap. Here it is, and the kick is away. Very short. It may have been partially blocked as it goes out of bounds after only traveling about 15 or 20 yards in the air, and that's it. It's going to be dropped on and rolls dead right about the 33-yard line. So pretty good starting field position here after a very poor punt by Jackson.
Yeah, the sun, which we see starting to go down, is going to start playing a role because it's obvious getting into our eyes. I can barely see Buddy Patrick's computer up here because of the glare, and you bet that it's going to affect some of the receivers and the quarterbacks as they look into that sun.
Just remember, a month ago they were rolling the tarp out on the baseball field, how bad it was all summer.
That's true. Our summer is going to be in September and October.
A beautiful night, a warm night here at Everett Memorial Stadium, and Arlington likes it so far in this spot on the map. Arlington 15, Jackson 7. They have the football. Eagles with it, 1st and 10 from their own 33. Rolling right to pass to McPherson, looking upfield, being chased, still being chased. Now finally gets rid of the football into the Arlington bench area as he steps out of bounds. Had nobody open downfield, then had somebody just breathing right down his neck, chasing him out of bounds.
That was a smart veteran senior play. He's looking. We've said how good he is at checking down to his first option, his second option, his third option. No one was open. Very good defense applied by the defensive backfield of Jackson, and so he just threw the ball away.
And they'll live to play here on 2nd down and 10 yards to go from the 33-yard line. Ball at the left-hand hash mark, so he ran a long way out to the right. Sideline to the left, running room out to the right again. Wide receiver to the narrow side of the field, and a wide receiver split way out, 20 yards away from the formation out to the right-hand side. Backs are in the eye this time behind McPherson, and they'll give it to the tailback as they run the football. It's going to be spinning forward is Hordick across the 35 and out to the 36-yard line. So Hordick on the carry gets about a 3-yard gain. You almost think, though, Frank, that you telegraph it. When you put the backs in the eye, we know we're going to run the football.
Yeah, but a lot of times that's just a decoy, too. They're going to set it up. Oh, they're going to run, and all of a sudden he does a fake and rolls out. But I tell you, right now, it comes down to both lines, and the Arlington line is defeating Jackson's line and also winning on the scoreboard.
3rd down, 7 yards to go for Arlington out of the shotgun here from the 36-yard line. Leading at 15-7, he'll roll back the pass. Being chased, and he will not pass. He will be dropped on right at the 25-yard line. As McPherson rolled back the pass, and then the big guys for the Jackson Timberwolves came rumbling through there and dropped him for a huge loss all the way back to the 26-yard line, 9-yard loss.
Christian Enriquez was the one that led the charge for Jackson, the 6', 250-pound senior, bringing McPherson down and forcing Arlington in a 4th and very long. They will have to punt the football, and this should put Jackson in excellent field position with which to try to score a matching touchdown.
So 4th down, 17 yards to go for the Arlington Eagles. They will punt the football away. Derek Sweeney in to kick the football. Deep to receive for Jackson is Trev Robinson. Here is the snap back. The kick is high, end over end, and very short. Right straight up the elevator shaft and right back down. Drops at the 40 and then downed at the 41-yard line. Didn't even get a first down, so very poor punt by Arlington. What does that mean? Very short field coming up here for the Jackson Timberwolves. And ask Marysville Pilchuck, you can't give Jackson the short field.
That's right. Jackson had their big play last week on a short field right before the half where they kicked a big field goal, which ended up being the winning points in that ball game as things turned out. Now Jackson is at the Arlington 41-yard line, and so we'll see what Joel Vincent's Charges have in store this drive.
I think they're going long. I think they're going to try to connect on that long pass play again. So here comes Brown coming in to run things from the 41-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go on the short field for Jackson. Like I said, they'll run it to Trey Patrick, left side. Actually put him right down at the 40-yard line. So about a 1-yard gain for Trey Patrick.
They've kept Patrick very much in check in this ball game. He now has 6 carries, but just for 15 yards. Sam Brown, on the other hand, 6 for 11 passing for 74 yards.
So second down, 9 yards to go for Jackson. In their black jerseys, black pants, black helmets, white numbers, and green trim, moving from right to left or to the south end or into the sun here in the second quarter at Everett Memorial Stadium. Second down, 9 yards to go from the 40, the snap. Out of the shotgun, Brown rolls to the right, looks upfield, throws, it's going to be complete, and then popped as soon as he makes the catch at the 30-yard line. Deshaun Gleckler turned around, made the catch, and then got absolutely just hit right in the kidneys.
Connor Davis put a whooping on him, but Gleckler was able to hang on to the football. Great catch and a first down.
So down to the 30-yard line, they'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jackson. Well, the right-hand hash mark, sideline out to the right, the Jackson sideline on the far side, now starting to get into shade here this afternoon. And they'll come up to the line of scrimmage out of the shotgun. Everybody looking at their wrist for the play. Brown has it. He looks to the left with 3 wide receivers, to the right with 2 wide receivers, no running back in the play. Brown gets it, throws it over the middle. It's going to be complete on a little crossing pattern, and then a 2-point takedown and a 3-point near fall as he was picked up and dropped. Joachim Soderquist made the catch and then got absolutely body slammed after making the catch for the tackle. 5-yard gain, though, on the pass play.
I wonder if Adam Roll is a wrestler, because that was definitely a wrestling move to bring him down.
Second down, 5 yards to go for Jackson. Down 15-7 to Arlington with 7:45 to go here in the opening half of action. 2nd and 5 from the 25, as Brown taking a long time here to get this play off. The play clock, he's changing the play down inside 5 seconds to go. Here's the snap, drops back, looks at the end zone. He changed it for a touchdown. No, he couldn't do it. Couldn't make the connection. Andrew Dodd, the intended receiver, just a little bit overthrown.
And he had a couple of steps on Terry Don, but the ball a little bit long, and they're unable to connect. It was obvious that he knew he had a one-on-one matchup out there and was willing to take it, and he changed the play, but it was for naught.
3rd and 5 coming up here for Jackson as the play comes in from Joel Vincent and the offensive coordinator over on the far sideline. 7:25 to go in the first half. Brown by himself in the backfield. Again, 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right, out of the spread formation. No tight end in as he drops back to pass. Rolls out, throws. Incomplete. Right in the hands of Trev Robinson. Couldn't hold on to it. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down now for Jackson.
Robinson shaking his hand like he got hit and a finger bent back a little bit, but that is definitely a pass that should have been caught.
So 4th down here. Now you think they have to go for it, don't you think?
Yeah.
That's deep.
They're looking over at the sideline to see the play. Joel Vincent holds up the big whiteboard, which we can't see what's written on there from here, but it looks kind of like a calculus formation of some kind.
What does it say, Frank?
Get the first down.
4th down and 5 yards to go from the 25-yard line. Run fast, don't get hurt. Drops back to pass, going for a bundle, throws it, complete, touchdown. Touchdown as it is caught by Connor Plaisance for the touchdown, 25 yards away. Frank, did that board say get the touchdown or the first down?
Well, they said first down, but hey, we'll take the touchdown. That's good.
Well, Jaden Gill was the defensive back on the play, and he had him covered momentarily, and then Brown must have faked him with his eyes or something, because he stopped running, and Pleasance kept running, and all of a sudden was wide open in the end zone.
Now, are you going to go for two? You have to, don't you?
I don't know. It's pretty early in the ball game to think about that type of thing. But
Coach Foster, you going for two?
No, I'd kick it.
So let's see what happens here as they come up to the line. They're going to set up and go for two as the quarterback stays in. So Brown is in. They'll go for two and trying to tie this ball game up. Waiting for the snap out of the shotgun again. Still the spread formation. Drops back, throws it. It's going to be tipped and incomplete and absolutely leveled was Trev Robinson. He was the intended receiver and just about got beheaded there, but the two-point conversion is no good. So with 7 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half of action, 15-13, Arlington leads Jackson by 2. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
At Skagit State Bank, we're proud of the more than 50 years of service in our beautiful corner of the Northwest. We've watched families, businesses, and our communities grow and thrive over the past decades, and we've grown right along to meet the needs of our customers and the communities we serve. This is a legacy we are proud of, and one we will continue as we join with you in reaching to the future. It's our heritage, and it's in our nature. Skagit State Bank, member FDIC, local, independent, proud.
15-13, Arlington leads the Jackson Timberwolves, and Frank Foster, you ended up being correct on that one. Probably should have kicked it, huh?
Well, it's awfully early, and I think Bill, one of you guys up there alluded to that. I mean, there's 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and you don't want to chase points. They would have kicked that, and if Arlington would have went down and scored, it was 22-14. Now a touchdown and 2 points, you tie the ball game. Right now, you're going to have to get 2 scores as compared to just a touchdown and 2-point conversion, because if they score and make it 22-13, you're up by 9.
Boy, that was a lot of math.
Well, Jackson's drive, after the poor punt by Arlington, they go the short field 41 yards in 6 plays, 1 on the ground, 5 through the air. They took 2:12 off the clock, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Sam Brown to Connor Pleasance. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, and with 7:14 remaining in the first half, it is Arlington 15, Jackson 13.
Robert Brenchick in to kick it off, so he does the kickoff duties here for Jackson. Waiting for the signal from Jim Pollock, the referee, that will be set to get back underway here. And here is the approach, and it's going to be kind of a low sidewinder as it goes out to the 20-yard line, picked up by an up man for Arlington, and then picking it up and stepping out of bounds there is Skylar Elgarico. So it'll be 1st and 10 as Arlington starts this drive from their own 26-yard line, up by 2 right now.
It's really important now for Jackson to get a hold here. They're down by less than a field goal. They have a decent field goal kicker, as we found out last week. And so they would love to get a hold here, get the short field, and maybe be able to make a kick to go up by 1. So we'll see what Arlington's offense has in store.
Still to come, game 2 of our doubleheader at Everett Memorial Stadium. Cascade and Everett set for an 8 o'clock kickoff. Here comes Arlington onto the field. They get the play call from the coaching staff on the near sideline, so they'll go right up to the line of scrimmage, and here we go. First down, 10 yards to go for Arlington with 7:11 to play in the first half of action, up by 2. Even though they got the play, they come up, fake like they're going to run it, then they stand up and look at the sideline, and that's going to be too much time taken. If Bill and I can yak that much, Bill, you know it's always going to be too much time as the play clock expired.
And the back judge throws that flag, and he puts his arm up to let you know there's 5 seconds remaining, and then they were still shifting and doing some different things, and so that will cost them 5.
Yeah, the ready for play action started, and they were still on the sidelines, and Arlington went out there and then faked like they were going to run it, and then looked over to the sidelines, and by then the play clock had expired. First down, 15 yards to go after the penalty. Low snap. McPherson looks upfield, pumps once, throws it into traffic, incomplete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders back there, and 1 offender, wide receiver, incomplete pass.
Yeah, so somebody must have been open somewhere else. We didn't see him, but the receiver, Colton Hordick, went up into the air, but the ball overthrown, and luckily so, as there were so many defenders in the way that could have easily been an interception.
So that many defensive backs in there, not the nickel, not the dime, it's like a 50-cent piece for the defense. Quarterback keeper here by McPherson on 2nd and 15. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more, about a 6-yard gain for McPherson. 3rd and long coming up here, 3rd and 9 for Arlington. Up by 2, 6:50 to play, clock moving in the first half.
And McPherson has had a good night offensively, 7 for 10 for 129 yards, but had most of those in the first quarter. Has not been quite as effective throwing the football here lately.
Arlington is 2 for 3 in third down conversions, 3rd and 9 here. McPherson comes up behind center, then backs off into the shotgun. Double wideouts both directions. He'll throw the pass. Has some time. Looks over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. On the return here for Jackson. 20, 15, 10, and on down to the 5, and then rolled down inside the 5-yard line. Jack Woods picked it up right over the middle, as McPherson had wideouts to both sides, Bill, but chose to throw it over the middle and right into the hands of Woods.
I don't think he ever saw Woods. His eyes were on the receiver, and that ball went directly to him. He had a nice run back, and wow, how fortunes change in a hurry. It looked like Arlington really had this thing going, and all of a sudden Jackson comes roaring back, and here's that opportunity we talked about just a second ago for them to try to go up after trailing by 8.
So first down, goal to go for Jackson. From the 3, I think they're going to put it down at about the 4-yard line. It's just inside the 5. We'll call it 4. First and goal at the 4. To the line of scrimmage they come. Conventional formation. Backs are in the eye. Behind Brown, who takes the snap. Hands off. Patrick from the tailback position. Busts away from one would-be tackler and into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson.
Wow. Stephen Adams had him absolutely wrapped up, and with leg drive, Patrick just pulled away from him and fell backwards into the end zone for 6, and all of a sudden, the Jackson Timberwolves are in business.
They're going for 2 here with 19-15 lead. So 2 would make it, carry the 3, divide by pi, so it'd be a 6-point lead if they get it here. They lead by 4 right now, and up to the line of scrimmage.
That Red Rock sub was good, but I could use a slice of pie right now.
We'll talk about Red Rock subs coming up at halftime as well, as they provided our dinner this evening, substhatrock.com. 3514 Broadway here in Everett. Trey Patrick gets the carry and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 6:08 to play here in the first half of action. It's Jackson 21, Arlington 15. The Snohomish County Western Conference Football, Fox Sports 1380.
Everett Silver Tips traffic. And we have a beautiful Friday night underway here. Sunny skies, 81 degrees. However, traffic, that is still an issue. Northbound on Broadway, right at Pacific, a collision earlier has been cleared, but still very slow through there. And also quite slow northbound I-5 as you make your way through downtown Everett. As we are looking a little bit heavier right now on the Hewitt Avenue Trestle as you make your way out of town, too. Southbound I-5, it is wide open until just north of Northgate. Then it is bumper to bumper from Northgate down to the Ship Canal Bridge. Over on the east side, 405 North, stop and go through Totem Lake. And then I-5 northbound out of Seattle, slow from the Seattle city limit up to the county line. You could be $50,000 richer and have loads of fun playing by the September Tulalip Zoom Ball game. Every player wins cash. You'll find all the details waiting for you at tulalipcasino.com. Got a nice weekend on tap, too. Sunshine highs in the mid to the upper 80s. Enjoy it, my friend. Right now, sunny and 81 degrees. And now back to Everett Memorial Stadium Memorial High School football here on Fox Sports 1380.
Thank you, Stitch Mitchell. Here on a Friday with fairly bad traffic, and here is a lot of traffic in the end zone tonight so far here as well. Here's the approach and the kick by Jackson, taken actually through the legs of Hordick, picks it up though at the 10, 15, 20, still on his feet at the 27-yard line and dropped right there. Pretty decent return for Hordick. He's going to be kind of slow getting up. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Arlington Eagles. Let's take a look at that last scoring drive for Jackson.
Well, after the Jack Woods interception and return, their drive went just 4 yards in one play on the ground, a 4-yard touchdown run by Trey Patrick, and then Trey Patrick runs in the 2-point conversion, and with 6:08 remaining in the first half, in a wild one, Jackson 21, Arlington 15. And Tom, you have to kind of wonder, we talked about that, with 8 players for Arlington going both ways, and as hot as it is out there, and of course on the AstroTurf it's even hotter, you have to think that they might start to wear down. And that looks like that's what has been happening.
First down, 10 yards to go here for Arlington. They dropped the football, fumbled there, and is finally going to be picked up and dropped on, as it was A.J. Pasalacqua who recovers that fumble, but it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards as Jackson really popped through there defensively.
Yeah, they are playing with renewed vigor now. The offense scores, it just hypes the defense up even more.
So second down, 12 yards to go for Arlington. To the line of scrimmage they come. Conventional formation. Behind the center is Blake McPherson. Backs in the eye. One wide receiver split to both directions. He'll throw the pass. Left side, crossing pattern complete. At the 30, 35, out to the 40-yard line, close to first down yardage. He may have it, as the catch was made there by Terry Don. He gets a 13-yard gain and a first down across the 40-yard line.
Just a simple slant-in pattern. Don had himself between he and the defender, and McPherson delivered the ball perfectly.
If you're on your way to Everett Memorial Stadium, stop by 3514 Broadway here in Everett. Red Rock Subs have their world-famous pot roast sub. Great, absolutely great. Their signature sub at Red Rock Subs, 3514 Broadway in Everett. First down, 15 yards to go, or first and 10 from the 41. Back to pass McPherson. Throws it right side. Has a man there. Nearly intercepted as well. The intended receiver was Skylar Elgarico, and then the defender downfield was Dalston Beard, and neither one could make the catch. Incomplete pass brings up second and 10.
Elgarico had one step. Pretty good coverage with the ball kind of underthrown, going to the inside, kind of a wobbly pass that went incomplete.
Second down and 10 yards to go for Arlington from the 41-yard line. 4:59 to play in the first half of action. A 21-15 lead for Jackson on second and 10. Behind the center is McPherson. Give it to the tailback. Second man is Hordick. He's going to be hit hard. An attempted block there. The tackler just said, "You blocked me on my left side. I'm using my right arm to bring down Hordick for a big loss."
Tremendous play. That was Jack Woods again, who earlier had that interception and return all the way down to the 4-yard line. This time, the 6'1", 195-pound junior grabbed the ball carrier just like a big grizzly bear and wrestled him to the turf.
Jack Woods making a bid for our Skagit State Bank player of the game so far with the interception and a nice tackle for loss right there. Third down and 14 yards to go for Arlington from their own 37-yard line. Ball at the left-hand hash mark. Now out of the shotgun is McPherson. Waiting for the snap, flanked on each side by a running back. Double wideouts to the right. He'll look to the right. He'll roll to the right. He'll fake it. Now he jumps it back the other way. Hordick makes the catch. Dropped at the 35-yard line for a 1-yard loss on the pass play. Had guys to the right. Nobody was open. Had to go back to the left-hand side on the safety valve, and it's going to be dropped for a loss.
They had exactly what they wanted to. They had Hordick isolated one-on-one with the defender, but the defender was Trey Patrick, and even with a couple of moves, Patrick stood his ground and made an excellent open field tackle.
So loss of about a half a yard. Fourth down, 15 yards to go here for the Arlington Eagles, and they will have to punt the football away here. Derek Sweeney in to kick the football.
Last time, only a 12-yard punt, so he needs more out of his leg this time.
We see the Everett Seagulls have arrived. They're up on the deck of the Jim Ennis Fieldhouse watching this football game here. Fourth down, 15 yards to go. High snap, but it's going to be grabbed by Sweeney. Blocked by Patrick. It's rolling on the ground. He kicks it toward the end zone. He picks it up to the 5 and goes in for a score for Jackson.
Patrick and one other defender were both in there in a big hurry, and Patrick gets the block. He goes all the way in. It was Drake Kummerly who also was in there, and then Patrick slapped at it once. It kept rolling, and then it popped up into his arms, and he sprinted into the end zone for a touchdown. And what a turn of events, as all of a sudden Jackson going crazy offensively.
Now the officials are having a little bit of a meeting here, and they're going to say, yep, it is a touchdown, as it was blocked and then kicked toward the end zone by Patrick, and then he picked it up. And Frank, that's pretty good hands there by Trey Patrick.
Absolutely, and the success that they're having is they're blitzing from the outside, and Patrick and Kumale were just right there as the ball got there, so that's going to keep in the mind of the kicker for future punts, because he's going to say, well, they're going to come, and you're going to see some shanked kicks unless the coaches can get him off to the side. tell them to just get it off a little bit quicker.
And Jackson calls a timeout here to talk about this extra point. We'll take a break with 3:12 to play in the first half of action. It's now Jackson 27, Arlington 15. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Hey, sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? You want to get
Everett Silvertips traffic. This is KRKO Everett, and we are busier now out of town on the Hewitt Avenue Trestle. Still very slow northbound I-5 as you make your way through downtown Everett. That's been the case all afternoon long. It's been very tough southbound I-5, all commute long as well into downtown Seattle. That remains the story here. Bumper to bumper right now, Northgate down to Lake City Way. Southbound on 405, we are stop and go right at Damson Road. And as you make your way out of downtown Seattle, northbound on I-5 rather, we are slow at 145th Street up to Mountain Lake Terrace. 405 north jam right at the 520 interchange, and then slow as you make your way through Totem Lake. Sunshine, that's going to continue over the weekend. Even warmer temps, highs in the mid-80s. Very nice. Sunny 81 right now. Now back to Tom, Bill, and Frank and more high school football right here on Fox Sports 1380.
So Jackson here will go for two after scoring after the blocked punt. Fake on the handoff, a loft the pass in the corner, incomplete pass, as the intended receiver was Andrew Dodd. So with the incomplete pass, our score now is the Jackson Timberwolves 27 and the Arlington Eagles 15. And Bill Kusler, let's take a look at that scoring drive.
Well, I don't know if you call it a drive, but Trey Patrick gets in, blocks a punt on the 20-yard line, and is able to run it in for a touchdown. Jackson goes for a two-point conversion once again and fails, and I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know if that's going to end up biting him, when it comes down to crunch time. But with 3:12 remaining in the first half, Jackson 27, Arlington 15. I thought we'd have a high-scoring game, but wow, what a high-scoring half.
I haven't eaten my sub yet, and you're making me hungry. You said both bite them and crunch in the same piece of color there. Let's talk about Red Rock Subs. Subs.rock.com at 3514 Broadway here in downtown Everett, just about 2 blocks north of Everett Memorial Stadium. Bill, which one did you have?
I had the one with the turkey and the bacon, and it was fabulous.
And Frank, you kind of inhaled yours. I didn't even see it.
That's because I haven't had one yet.
Oh, okay.
But I tell you right now, Jackson is playing as special as Red Rock sandwiches.
And the pot roast sub is sensational subs at Red Rock Subs, including their salads, soups, and sides, and custom catering. So give them a call at 425-252-2786 or log on to subs.rock.com. Here is the approach and the kick, and it'll be taken by Hordick at the 5-10, up the middle, 15-20, spins away from that at the 25, at the 30, still going, at the 40, Hordick up the left-hand side at the 50, he's at the 45 and down, finally brought down a one last gasp effort to bring him down after that nice gain all the way out to the Jackson 44-yard line.
And he broke about 4 tackles, a nice pirouette spin move, and then had open field, good blocking by Arlington. So Arlington now will have an opportunity to go the short field, and this is the first time in the second quarter that the ball has been on the Jackson side of the 50-yard line. So Arlington finally getting the ball into Jackson territory here in the second quarter after having a 15-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Jackson has scored 20 unanswered points.
3:01 to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the Jackson 44-yard line. Left hash mark. McPherson drops back to pass for Arlington. Throws complete. It's going to be caught at the El Garrico, and then he tries to fight forward for a couple of extra yards. He's not going to get it. He's stacked up. Finally, the referees say, that's enough. We're going to blow the whistle. That'll be a 7-yard gain on the pass play down to the 37-yard line.
This is where a no-huddle offense gives you a little bit of advantage because the time is swiftly running off the clock, but Arlington's going to be able to get their plays off fairly quickly.
As they come up to the line of scrimmage, now out of the conventional offense, not the shotgun. Behind the center is McPherson. Back stack up on the eye behind him. Will they run it? No, they fake it twice. They look upfield. Rolling. He's going to throw it complete to Brummel to 20, 15, and then he finally stays in bounds and goes for a couple of extra yards. Well, maybe the extra yards are more important than stopping the clock with 2:14 to go. They will stop the clock to move the chains, though.
Yeah, I think in that situation, the guy had been wrapped up. He needed to fall out of bounds, and it potentially saved them a timeout. But as it is, a great play as they end up going 25 yards all the way down inside the 10.
First down, goal to go for from the 8-yard line for Arlington. Looking to the sidelines, they wind the clock here with 2:05 to go. Now McPherson comes behind center, backs in the eye again. Wide receiver out to the left and to the right. Ball's at the 8. It's first down, goal to go for Arlington. Turn around, fake the handoff. Don't give the handoff. Right side, Hordick high in the air to the pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington.
Hordick broke the plane, just flying up in the air. McPherson just barely got the handoff away before he was brought down, and then Hordick was able to scamper into the end zone for 6, and Arlington, not to be denied, comes roaring back after giving up 3 consecutive scores and puts points on the board themselves.
So it'll be Arlington now. They will try to kick for this extra point. The whole scenarios of what you go for and what you don't go for, I think, has been crumpled up and thrown into the trash can here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Bo Brummel to kick the football. High snap. So it's all the way back to the 25-yard line, and it'll be Hordick who will just drop on it. And Hordick was the kicker, and he will be dropped on all the way back at the 25-yard line. So they don't go for anything. They get nothing, and it's 27-21 with a minute 41 to play. Minute 48 to play in the first half. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? You want a game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
27-21, Jackson leading Arlington. Minute 48 to go. Bill, we got time for 2-3 more touchdowns here in this first half.
48 points scored in one half of action, and fortunately for us, pretty evenly distributed.
Yeah, last week, not so much, as Cascade lost in last week's game to Lake Stevens 70-6. I just assume never have a game like that again, actually.
Yeah. Well, Colton Hordick returned that kick all the way to the 44-yard line and took Arlington just 3 plays to move in. 1 on the ground, 2 through the air. A minute 24 off the clock. The final play, an 8-yard touchdown run by Colton Hordick. The point after touchdown was no good after a bad snap.
Which was attempted by Colton Hordick.
It was, and with 1:48 remaining in the first half, Jackson 27, Arlington 21.
And actually, I think Colton Hordick played the national anthem tonight on his cornet earlier in the evening.
Really?
The ball is set up and ready for the approach here. It's going to be a different kicker here. Emmanuel Herrera for mayor. That's be set up. That's only if you're a Seahawks fan from nearly 40 years ago is Efren Herrera going to mean anything to you. So waiting for the approach here. Herrera is finally they will give Hordick a little bit of a break, and he's going to approach the football, kind of sidewinds it, and right directly out of bounds. So that didn't do much. So it'll be out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line here for the Jackson Timberwolves. Down the field to Frank Foster. Frank.
You know, one thing that I'm going to mention to the coach, so I'll tell you guys too, that I have to be really impressed with Arlington. They could have folded their tents when they're down. They've given up all those scores, but no way. They had a great run on the kickoff, and they just come right back and score again. The kickoff is not what the coach diagrammed, but other than that, this is a scrappy Arlington team.
So from the 35-yard line, Jackson, 1st and 10, about the right-hand hash mark.
And Jackson has to be careful. Now the momentum back Arlington's way, and they cannot be sloppy with the football. When Arlington was sloppy, it cost them a touchdown on that pick.
Back to pass is Brown. Throws it complete. It's going to be Trev Robinson who makes the catch, about a 3-yard gain. Then he stepped out of bounds here. And at that point, maybe, Bill, you do want to go upfield for a couple of more.
Well, it was really funny. He was mad at himself for not being able to stay in bounds. But at least in this situation, it stops the clock. So something good came of it.
2nd down, 7 yards to go after the 3-yard pass play. Minute 42 to play in the first half of action. 27-21, Jackson leading Arlington. And a 2nd down play coming up here. About half the field coming up at 8 o'clock. As they'll put a man in motion. Actually, Brown just wants to move Robinson over to the right-hand side to get the play off. As they barely get it off as they roll to the right and they throw the pass. That's going to be Robinson, who's good thing you put him out to the right-hand side. Gets the game back. Got an 8-yard catch and a 1st down.
Robinson's a sophomore, so he's used to seniors bossing him around, so that should not be a problem.
Trev, you go over there, and I promise I'll throw you the ball. We'll get a first down.
Go to the Chevy, turn left.
That's right. 1st and 10. Actually, you would go to the Dodge because Dwayne Lane is one of our sponsors, just to make sure.
But there you go.
Up there, Dwayne Lane Chevrolet, though, up in Arlington. 1st down, 10 yards to go. From the 46-yard line, back to pass. He throws. Brown, complete and out of bounds. Nicely as they move it up as Connor Plaisance makes that catch for an 8-yard gain. Out of bounds to stop the clock at the 46-yard line of Arlington.
Arlington's got to be a little careful. You get into that little bit of a prevent mindset, and you allow the other team to complete a lot of stuff underneath. And Jackson has hardly taken any time off the clock, and they've already marched about 25 yards.
Yeah, you can dink and dunk your way right into the end zone. You're listening to high school football here on Fox Sports 1380, KRKO Everett. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for Jackson from the 46-yard line. Quarterback keeper here for Brown, not going to get it. He's going to be stacked up as he got to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gained out to the 45-yard line, but that will not stop the clock. We're down to a minute to play in the first half.
Yeah, that had trouble written all over it. It's obvious that they really wanted to do that. Had Brown been, reading the keys, he would have seen that was blocked up and maybe switched into a pass play, but as it is, they give up a play, and now they'll call a timeout.
They will call a timeout as they have 2 remaining, and this will be with 1 remaining now with 56 seconds to play in this first half. Let's go down to the field to the coach, Frank Foster. What you got?
Guys, if I'm Joe Vincent, I'm going to go talk to the officials because he asked for timeout at like 101 or 102, and that's why his team was walking over to the side, and they did not acknowledge that from the referee. And he's saying, hey, we got 5 more seconds. And 5 seconds with this team is an eternity.
Looks like he's doing it right now. Is talking to, well, you know what? I've always been one to go right
just
into
put it back.
Did they put it back? Okay, they put some time back up. Good observation, Frank.
Wow.
I thought maybe you take a little nap down at the bottom of the stairs this first half.
I'm like Red Rock. I'm there for you.
Frank.rocks.com. No, it's subs.rock.com. So 3rd down coming up here where they put 1:03 on the clock. Again, we see the Everett Seagulls. They've arrived on the deck overlooking this ball game that they're watching here. We're approaching halftime. 27-21 the lead for Jackson as they have the football. They're up to the line of scrimmage with 1 timeout remaining, 1:03 to go. 3rd down and a yard to go from the Arlington 45-yard line. As Sam Brown behind center fakes the handoff, rolls back to pass, looking downfield, throws it over the middle. It's going to be complete. Grabbed at the 20-yard line and down inside the 20 as Robinson made that catch over the middle for a first down that'll stop the clock to move the chains. They're inside the 20-yard line.
And again, back in that prevent defense, and Robinson split the difference, and he was wide open.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Jackson as they're going to go for the quick snap and then drop on it to stop the clock. They still have 1 timeout remaining, and it didn't really work very well. So they're going to do it here on 2nd down.
Wow, that's to take up 2 downs to get the clock stopped. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the snap came up before Brown was ready the first time. They jump on the football, but of course the clock doesn't stop, and they have to do it 1 more time. Actually, they got lined up and ready to snap it again fairly quickly, but not the type of thing you want to see with 43 seconds remaining in the half.
On Monday, we need to work on that in practice because they lost it down, they lost some time, and they lost 2 yards. Other than that, it worked absolutely perfectly. So the play coming in from the far sideline. They still have 1 timeout remaining with 43 seconds to play in the first half, a 27-21 lead for Jackson. 3rd down, 12 yards to go from just shy of the 20-yard line. Jackson at the Arlington 20-yard line. Brown will come into the backfield out of the shotgun, has Patrick to his right, and now another delay of game penalty as they took all the time off. Now they're going to lose 5 more yards as they just weren't all set to go.
Ouch.
Confusion reigns here for the Jackson Timberwolves.
Well, that's the kind of mistake you just really can't make, especially after you spike the ball, get the clock stopped. You got to get up quickly.
So they still have a timeout remaining, but probably they want to save that if they get into a situation where they can't stop the clock. So 3rd down and 16 yards to go for Jackson. They're now at the Arlington 26-yard line as Brown drops back. Has time this time. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. As Andrew Dodd was the intended receiver downfield through traffic, had two defenders down there, Terry Don and Derek Sweeney. Incomplete pass. Fourth down coming up here for Jackson.
We'll see how much confidence they have in their kicker. That'd be about a 42-yard field goal, so I think that's out of the range. So fourth down, you just see what they have, and you got to go for it.
They will go for it here.
Oh, well, no, the kicker's bringing the tee out. Okay. Wow. Well, he's going to try a long one.
So it's going to be Trevor Hodge, and they will spot this football at the 40 or 33-yard line. So a 43-yard attempt out of the hold of Brown. Arlington saying, watch for the fake, see what happens here. Hodge to kick it. A 43-yard field goal attempt. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, the spot, the kick. It's on the way. Looks like he's got the leg, but it is going to be offline, wide to the left side. And so it's going to be an unsuccessful try for the field goal. And Arlington now, with their offense, Bill, 31 seconds, and all three timeouts, they can move the football.
They can move it a little ways, but I think you got to be careful, too. They had the one ill-advised pass that turned into points for Jackson earlier in the quarter, and while you'd love to get down there, 43 seconds is not a lot of time, so they really need to have some plays that are sure things. You know, take a couple of chances, maybe bite off 10 or 15-yard chunks, and then if you're close, you go for it.
So from the 20-yard line after the missed field goal, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Arlington Eagles with 31 seconds to play, down by 6, 27-21. And they have the football. McPherson out of the shotgun. Spread formation, rolls to the left, looks upfield, stops. He's going to throw. No, he's still going to run it. Now he gets it. He kind of sidewinds it, a shuttle pass, but I think he was over the line of scrimmage. Was that a forward pass, or Frank, did you see if that was a lateral or a forward pass?
No, it was a forward pass, but I'll tell you what they were setting up. Watch number 5 on this side for Arlington. I'll put my glasses on. I'll tell you who that is.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be an illegal forward pass here because he was over the line of scrimmage. They did just now drop the flag.
Terry Don has single coverage on this side, and he has defeated that defender every time. So if they're going to go for something, they'll watch for him to go to him.
So illegal forward pass. That'll be a loss of down. So second down coming up here. And that will also be a 15-yard walk-off, but in this case it'll be half the distance to the goal line. So from the 20, they'll put it back to the 10-yard line, and the loss of down brings up a costly penalty. Second and...
We're only taking it back 5 yards, so...
Okay.
So it'll be a 2nd and 15.
So they will come in, and looks like they're going to take a knee here as they get in very, very tight. They'll just drop on it and let the time expire. Bill, probably the right thing to do in this case.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances back there. They had a nice little comeback. They're only down by 6 points. And so that should be the end of the half. Neither team electing to call a timeout. And what a great first half of action, Tom.
Jackson Timberwolves with a 27-21 lead over the Arlington Eagles. And we're going to hear from the coach of Arlington right now with Frank on the sideline. Frank.
Coach, you're down by 6, but you got to be really pleased with the way they came back and scored to make it 27-21.
Yeah, it looked like we had to open the floodgates there, and we need to stop the bleeding. And our offense responded really well. Kick return was real nice. We got to do better special teams. We want to play that. We take too much pride, that sort of thing. I think it's help us subs, the guys down.
Well, it appeared that your line was dominating their line. Then all of a sudden they dropped back and they was rushing 3. And then they kind of took a little bit of momentum. But hey, you guys are. I like your ball club.
Thank you. We're going to be back and forth all night. I think. Don't leave before the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
There we go. Head coach Greg Daler of the Arlington Eagles. Thanks to him for stopping by. Right now on Fox Sports 1380, stand by for a halftime show from here at Everett Memorial Stadium. Our score at the half: the Jackson Timberwolves 27, the Arlington Eagles 21. This is Fox Sports 1380, presented by Frontier Communications.
Hi, Tommy Lane here with Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki. Suzuki manufactures more cars than Mazda, Subaru, and BMW combined, and every Suzuki model is available with world-class all-wheel drive. Add America's #1 warranty of 7 years and 100,000 miles, and you've got an award-winning all-weather ride to fit your needs and pocketbook. Before you spend that extra money on a Subaru, you better check out Suzuki, America's most affordable all-wheel drive. Discover Suzuki's lineup of all-wheel drive vehicles at Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki or online at DwayneLane.com. Suzuki, all-wheel drive for all. And remember, we'll take care of you.
Here comes Ryan again, pounding his way to the inside lane. Great battle for position. Newman down low, Kinza up high.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network. Coverage continues Saturday with the wonderful Pistachios 400 from Richmond International Raceway. Hear it live at 3:30 p.m. on EMRN Radio, the voice of NASCAR. And for ticket information, go to MotorRacingNetwork.com.
NASCAR weekends all summer long on Fox Sports 1380.
When you need a dentist, you want to get in and get out fast. No waiting on hold, no waiting in the office, and no waiting for your crowns or other repairs. You have better things to do, like getting back to the game. Hello, this is Dr. Bill Mulliken. At Mill Creek Dentistry, you get fast, convenient, dependable service totally focused on you and your needs in a fun, high-tech office. Check out our website, millcreekdentistry.com, and see for yourself. Our one-appointment crowns, custom-made with CAD/CAM technology, will get you back in the field or back on the job in no time at all. No extra shots, no extra drilling, and no extra visits. And we offer a level of experience and expertise you won't find anywhere else. Call 337-4001 and mention you heard me, Dr. Bill Mulliken, to receive a special offer. Or visit millcreekdentistry.com and find out more for yourself. That's 337-4001. millcreekdentistry.com. Mill Creek. We get dentistry done.
And we welcome you back to Everett Memorial Stadium. Game one of our doubleheader here on Fox Sports 1380. The Jackson Timberwolves leading the Arlington Eagles 27-21. Coming up in our second segment of the halftime show, Bill will take a look at the first half scoring. A lot of scoring here with 48 points put up on the board. And we'll also take a look at the first half stats. Again, let's talk about Red Rock Subs. www.substhatrock.com, providing our pregame meal and in-game meal tonight, 3514 Broadway here in Everett. If you're still on your way to the Everett Memorial Stadium, bring your dinner along. Stop at 3514 Broadway, just 2 blocks north of Everett Memorial Stadium. They'll also deliver 11 to 3 Monday through Friday, 425-252-2786, 425-252-2786, featuring kettle roasted turkey. They've got the club, the Grecian, the Sicilian, and their world famous hot roast subs. Original with cheddar cheese, mushrooms, Swiss. It is absolutely great. Also Philly pot roast subs. So stop by Red Rock Subs or give them a call or log on substhatrock.com. That's Red Rock Subs here in downtown Everett at 3514 Broadway in Everett. Scores from last night: Archbishop Murphy defeated Kennedy down at Highline Stadium in Burien 41-14. Also tonight, the game concurrently with ours this evening, Marysville Getchell playing their second ever game, playing at Meadowdale tonight. And then a little later on this evening with 7 o'clock kickoff start for all of these, Linden Christian at Lakewood. Mount Vernon is at Mariner tonight. Woodinville at Monroe. Kamiak is like Lake Stevens. South Whidbey at Concrete. Edmonds Woodway playing up north at Marysville Pilchuck. Oak Harbor at Glacier Peak. South Whidbey playing at Concrete this evening. Kings at Coopville. Snohomish has traveled south. They're playing at Eastlake tonight. Darrington at Sultan. It's Linwood at Shorewood. Bishop Blanchette playing at Granite Falls. Stanwood has traveled up to Cedro-Woolley. Cedar Crest at Hazen. And the 8 o'clock game at Edmonds District Stadium is Shorecrest at Mount Lake Terrace. Cascade and Everett, the second game of our doubleheader here on Fox Sports 1380, coming your way as soon as this one is over. 8 o'clock kickoff at Everett Memorial. Coming your way tomorrow, it's Husky football here on Fox Sports 1380. Finally, a clear signal all game long, and you hear it from Fox Sports 1380. Huskies and the Hawaii Warriors. 11:30 pregame, 12:30 kickoff from Husky Stadium in Seattle. Then immediately following, we'll go to the NASCAR Sprint Cup, the wonderful Pistachios 400. That's a 3:30 pre-race show, but we'll join it right after Husky football for the drop of the green flag. Should be just after 4:30 tomorrow afternoon from Richmond International. On Monday, the Steve Sarkisian Show, 4:30 from the Don James Center in Seattle. Then at 6 o'clock, it's Health Matters, a live show with Shannon O'Kelly and Maury Eskenazi live on Monday night. Don't miss next Wednesday. Stitch and Maury on the road. Actually, Maury will be up in the air from Skydive Snohomish. We'll hear him jump out of an airplane. Maury Eskenazi, Movie the Maury guy, will jump. That's going to be live from Harvey Airport next Wednesday afternoon. Our usual Thursday night lineup of North Sound Racing with Steve Morton and Tom Glithrow, 8 o'clock on Thursday, and the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters. Then 1 week from tonight, we're back with you for another doubleheader. It's the Marysville Pilchuck Tomahawks and the Cascade Bruins at 5 o'clock from here at Everett Memorial Stadium next Friday night. And in Game 2, it'll be the Snohomish Panthers and the Jackson Timberwolves. That's an 8 o'clock game 1 week from tonight. We're at halftime here at Everett Memorial Stadium with our score, the Jackson Timberwolves leading the Arlington Eagles 27-21. Coming up, Bill Kusler takes a look at the scoring for the first half and all the stats. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380, presented by Frontier Communications.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won a game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
Up, and away we go. It's time for another On the Road with Sitch and Maury show.
Up, and away?
That's right, my friend. Destination Skydive Snohomish at Harvey Field.
Skydive?
You will attempt to become the first Northwest radio personality to skydive while on the air.
You mean like out of an airplane?
And you can join Maury on this historic occasion by booking your flight time right now at skydivesnohomish.com.
Wait. With a parachute?
It's on the way Wednesday, September 14th from 3 till 5.
Did I miss a meeting?
See you at Skydive Snohomish with Fox Sports 1380, and then I'll take you out for some pancakes.
Wait, what?
Judd & Black, your hometown appliance, electronic, and mattress store. For over 70 years, Judd & Black has provided you the best price, service, and selection. Our products are backed by our own service, parts, and delivery departments. Repairs are done by our own certified technicians. We strive to provide the best sales and service experience. Experience the difference. The Judd & Black difference. For over 70 years, your hometown appliance, electronic, and mattress store.
Bob Gray, owner of Hattrick Pizza, on the freshness that goes into everything they make.
We do everything from scratch every single day. For, say, our Philly or Reuben sandwiches, we do all the slicing of the meat and do it as close to a deli or the style in Philly as we possibly can. My wife does a cheesecake from scratch, a homemade cheesecake. Takes a full day to prep. It's a different style, a different flavor every single week.
Hattrick Pizza, 1816 Hewitt Avenue, just 2 blocks from Comcast Arena.
Welcome back to Everett Memorial Stadium. This is Bill Kusler along with Tom Lafferty and Frank Foster. We're in a wild first half of action. The Jackson Timberwolves lead the Arlington Eagles by a score of 27-21. Let's take a look at the scoring first. Jackson got on the board first as they marched the ball 71 yards in 11 plays, 6 on the ground, 5 through the air. They took 4:31 off the clock. And with 7:29 remaining in the first quarter, a 5-yard touchdown pass from Sam Brown to Andrew Dodd. Trevor Hodges' kick was good, and it was Jackson 7, Arlington 0. But Arlington strikes right back, taking the ensuing kickoff and marching 56 yards in 7 plays, 2 on the ground, 5 through the air. They took 2:28 off the clock. A 27-yard touchdown pass in the corner from Blake McPherson to Colton Hordick. And then they faked the kick and a 2-point conversion with a pass from Colton Hordick to Bo Brummel. So with 5:01 remaining in the first quarter, was Arlington 8, Jackson 7. Then Arlington got on the board again, going a long field. They marched 84 yards in 5 plays, 2 on the ground, 3 through the air. But it took just a minute 56 off the clock. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Blake McPherson to Skylar Elgarico. Colton Hordick's kick was good, and with 1:11 remaining in the first quarter, Arlington 15, Jackson 7. And that's what the way the first quarter ended. But then Jackson got on the move. After a poor Arlington punt, Jackson drives 41 yards in 6 plays, 1 on the ground, 5 through the air, taking 2 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Sam Brown to Connor Pleasance. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, and with 7:14 remaining in the quarter, it was Arlington 15, Jackson 13. After a poor punt the previous possession, Jackson blocks a Arlington punt on the next possession. They intercept a pass on the next possession, and Jack Woods returns that interception all the way down to the 4-yard line. Jackson punches it in 1 play, a 4-yard touchdown run by Trey Patrick, and then Trey Patrick with the 2-point conversion run, and with 6:08 remaining in the quarter, it was Jackson 21, Arlington 15. I got ahead of myself because the next possession, Trey Patrick blocked an Arlington punt, scooped it up, went 20 yards for a touchdown. A 2-point conversion pass failed, and with 3:12 remaining in the half, Jackson 27, Arlington 15. Jackson had run off 20 consecutive points, but then Arlington, with a great kickoff return by Colton Hordick all the way to the Jackson 44-yard line, and it took them just 3 plays to go those 44 yards. The final play, an 8-yard touchdown run by Colton Hordick. It was a bad snap on the point after touchdown, and the kick failed. So with a minute 48 remaining in the half, it was Jackson 27, Arlington 21, and that's where we are here at halftime. As we take a look at the stats, first for Arlington, rushing the football, Arlington, tough sledding. Their leading rushers, their quarterback, Blake McPherson, who has 4 carries for just 9 yards. Colton Hordick, who had 100 yards rushing last week, was held to just 6 yards and 5 carries. And also for Arlington, A.J. Pasalakwa ended up with 1 carry on a broken play for a -3. So just 12 yards rushing for Arlington. However, Blake McPherson had a great half. He ended up going 11 for 16 for 177 yards. Touchdown, and he also had a ball picked off. Receiving, he fired it to 4 different receivers, as Skylar Algarico had 2 catches for 57 yards, Terry Don 3 catches for 34, Colton Hordick 3 catches also for 34, and Bo Brummel had 3 catches for 52 yards. So 177 yards passing, 12 yards rushing, 189 total yards for the Arlington Eagles. And for the Jackson Timberwolves, they were led in rushing by Trey Patrick. Well, excuse me, actually it was quarterback Sam Brown. Brown was 6 carries for 22 yards. Trey Patrick 7 carries for 19 yards. So 41 yards rushing for the Jackson Timberwolves. But passing the ball, Sam Brown was 13 for 21 for 158 yards in the air. His receivers catching the ball was spread out. He got 6 different receivers. Trev Robinson had 4 catches for 44 yards. Joaquim Soderquist had 2 catches for 19. Trey Patrick 1 catch for 24. Andrew Dodd 2 catches for 19. Sean Gleckler 2 catches also for 19. And Connor Pleasance 2 catches for 33 yards. So for the Jackson Timberwolves, 41 yards rushing, 158 yards passing, 199 total yards. Arlington was whistled for 2 penalties for 10 yards. Jackson had 2 penalties for 10 yards. Arlington with 8 first downs, Jackson with 9. So a very closely played ball game where at halftime the Jackson Timberwolves lead the Arlington Eagles by a score of 27-21. We'll be back with more here at halftime right after this. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports Radio 1380.
Roy Eskenazi here with registered dietitian Julie Mahler from Integrated Rehabilitation Group in Mukilteo. So the question is, how much water should one really drink?
Let's look at how can you tell how much fluid you need, and the greatest thing is your body tells you. So you have to look at your urine. If it's pale and it doesn't smell and you're not thirsty, you're hydrated. And if it does smell and it's yellow, your urine, and you are thirsty, then you need to drink more.
So what about the flavored waters that are out there that have no calories? I mean, are those good to drink a lot of too?
Flavored waters can be great. It's whatever you're willing to drink, and there's that recommendation, drink 8 glasses of 8 ounces of fluid a day, but just go by what your body tells you. You can start there, and your body might need a little bit more, or it might need a little bit less.
For more information, or if you need a dietitian in your life, go to irgpt.com. Integrated Rehabilitation Group, the official dietitian of the Everett Silvertips.
Go wild!
How can you go wild with the family this summer? Head to Wild Waves Theme Park in Federal Way, Washington. To go wild in over 60 rides, slides, and attractions. The new water ride, the Riptide, is now open. Riptide now open. See the brand new entertainment lineup, including our All-American High Dive Show and our high-energy stage show, Rock Nation. Get your discount tickets for only $29.99, plus tax per person at select Federal Way area Safeway stores. Go to wildwaves.com for discount ticket locations. Wild Waves Theme Park. Loads of summer fun.
Hi, Tommy Lane here with Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki. Suzuki manufactures more cars than Mazda, Subaru, and BMW combined, and every Suzuki model is available with world-class all-wheel drive. Add America's #1 warranty of 7 years and 100,000 miles, and you've got an award-winning all-weather ride to fit your needs and pocketbook. Before you spend that extra money on a Subaru, you better check out Suzuki, America's most affordable all-wheel drive. Discover Suzuki's lineup of all-wheel drive vehicles at Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki or online at DwayneLane.com. Suzuki, all-wheel drive for all. And remember, we'll take care of you.
Let's go to Frank on the field. Frank.
Thanks, Tom. Coach, started off kind of slow. They jumped up on you, and then your guys got together, and now you're up by 6. Excuse me.
I told you you'll see a heck of a ball game. I thought maybe a track. I'm glad and happy with the way my kids responded, but we've got to find a way to get some defensive stops here and do it on a consistent basis. So this is going to be a very long second half, I think.
Coach, any adjustments at half?
Yeah, we have a few that we made in the secondary. They ran a set at us that we didn't expect, so we had to chalk some stuff. And then we chalked some stuff about how we want to block some stuff up front, too, with the fronts they're presenting to us. So hopefully those things will help.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, Frank.
Tom?
Thank you very much, Frank, and thanks again to both head coaches, Greg Daler of the Arlington Eagles and Joel Vincent of the Jackson Timberwolves. And Frank, if you're still on, let's talk a little bit. And there were some things that Arlington did throw at Jackson they hadn't seen before.
Absolutely, and when Arlington had the ball out there toward the end of the first half, I really thought that they would come back with what they would call, we used to call it a throwback screen. In other words, McPherson would roll to his right, and everyone thinks he's going to his right, and Hordyke was set up on the left. And they did it in the first part of the second quarter and throw it back to him because there was an army of blockers for him. But that's, I think, what they might be talking about, kind of counter passes.
And Bill, it's interesting ball game so far here in this first half.
Yeah, I think the halftime adjustments that Joel Vincent talked about, and I'm sure that Daler made those for Arlington as well, are going to be critical. And the team coming out that is able to adjust their defense and try to get some stops is the team that's going to come out on top. And so it'll be very interesting to see how effective those changes are at halftime. You know, there's some games that, you know, it's just all talent and different things, and there's some games that are more of a coaching chess match, and this is one of those chess match games. And we saw a very, very exciting first half, and I look forward to seeing what kind of adjustments are made and what happens here in half number 2.
Remember, last week Jackson beat Marysville Pilchuck 16-14, while Arlington hung 42 on Mariner, beating them at 42-12. So Arlington's no stranger, Bill, to putting points up on the board.
They certainly are, but of course the history of Jackson, they've had some pretty high-powered offenses at Jackson too, a lot of very good quarterbacks. So two teams offensively minded that are going to be really looking to see what their defenses can do here in the second half.
Usually about now we're giving you, seem to be cutting out here. Usually about now we're giving you scores of other ball games. Of course, those games haven't started yet here at 6:30 in the evening, though still about a half an hour before the 7 o'clock games get underway. So we will be giving you scores of other ball games as we go along throughout the rest of this half and this ball game between Arlington and Jackson, and then our nightcap here on the radio, Cascade and Everett. So we're getting set for the second half kickoff here as Arlington already out onto the field, and they will receive the ball to start the second half. Not good news if you're Joel Vincent and the Jackson Timberwolves, as give Arlington a crack at the football here. Remember, Arlington won the toss and they deferred to the second half, but sometimes, Bill, you think, well, no big deal, you defer. This is a big deal. Arlington really would like to just march it down the field here.
Yeah, it's very important. You know, Arlington got the last points of the first half, and then, of course, they got kind of stymied on their last possession because there was not very much time left. And so they very wisely elected to take a knee, run the timeout, knowing that they would get the first possession of the third quarter.
That sun's not bothering you, Bill, is it?
Pass me my sombrero, please.
The sun just about to go down behind the stadium. We're opposite of the seating bowl here at Everett Memorial Stadium, and the football press box are back to the baseball field, if you're not familiar with the configuration. So the sun's going down right in our eyes, and probably another half hour or so before it's behind the stand. So here is the kick and the approach, and we're underway. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. Return 15, 20. Colton Hordick at the 30, 40, at the 50. Still on his feet all the way out to the 45-yard line. Exactly what Jackson did not want to have happen. It happened. Colton Hordick with a huge return into Jackson territory all the way down to the 46-yard line.
It was a great decision by the blocker, A.J. Pasalakwa. That play could have been broken longer, but it looked like Pasalakwa was going to clip somebody, and he really held up and decided it's better to have him tackled there than for me to get the clip. And so, once again, with a big run back by Hordick, the last time Hordick had this kind of a run back, Arlington marched back down and scored. And so they will start this drive in Jackson territory at the 46.
First down, 10 yards to go for for Arlington, in their white jerseys, white pants, navy blue helmets, blue numbers, gold trim, moving from right to left or to the south end of the stadium. McPherson out of the shotgun. On first, throws a swing pass. Hordick makes the catch at the 50, heads upfield at the 45, drops to the line of scrimmage, no, still on his feet. Now he heads away, gets away from a 5th and 6th tackle, all the way down to the 41-yard line. That's going to be a 5-yard gain, but he ran about 25 yards because he could never be brought down just trying for arm tackles. Jackson, it's not going to work.
That was really impressive. He broke 7 different tackles on that run, gained just 5. But Jackson needs a little bit of a wake-up call. They need to wrap him up, because if they don't, he's going to break it just like that.
So officially a 4-yard gain. So second down, and we'll call it 6 yards to go at the Jackson 42-yard line. Behind center now is Blake McPherson, the 6-foot, 185-pound senior quarterback. They'll take the snap, backs in the eye behind him. The tailback is Hordick, but he's going to throw the pass to the right side. It's going to be complete at the 35. Skylar Elgarico makes a catch, heads up, and downfield to the 31-yard line. That's going to be an 11-yard gain. That's enough to move the chain for the Arlington first down.
And remember, we talked about Arlington maybe getting a little bit fatigued because they have so many players playing both ways. But at halftime, a great opportunity to rest and rehydrate, and they've come out on fire here in this drive.
First down, 10 yards to go for Arlington. Backs in the eye behind the quarterback, McPherson, who's under center. Wide receiver split both ways. Ball's to the right-hand hash mark at the 31-yard line. Here comes the blitz. He drops back to pass. 3-step drop. Ball is knocked up in the air and incomplete by a big defensive lineman for the Jackson Timberwolves. Somebody got a hand up. It looked like it may have been Josh Gilbert, who was, well, he gets a nomination, Bill, because he's about 6'5".
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy and long arms. Was able to knock that ball down and force Arlington to a 2nd and long.
Jackson leading at 27-21. Arlington with a football at the Jackson 31-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Eagles. Again, under center is McPherson. Backs in the eye. The tailback is Hordick. Will he get the ball? No, they'll fake it to him. He's going to throw the ball left-hand side. He's going to over the middle, incomplete. Bo Brummel, the intended receiver, could not make the catch, and probably maybe best because that ball just a little bit underthrown, and a whole bunch of guys with a Mill Creek address were there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Joaquin Soderquist guy came in, really did a nice job knocking that ball away.
So third down, 10 yards to go. So suddenly, kind of slowed down here is Arlington after they kind of powered the ball down fairly deep into Jackson territory. From the 31-yard line of Jackson, third down, 10 yards to go. Right hash mark, under center is McPherson. Wide outs both ways. Backs in the eye behind him. They fake the run each time. They will this time. Play action. Looking over the middle. It's going to be complete to Brummel. Makes a catch at the 21. Falls forward across the 20. Still on his feet and down to the 17-yard line. And that is going to be enough for another Arlington first down.
They just keep marching. It is so interesting to watch the coaching staff on a no-huddle team give all the hand motions. The one I like the best is when they took kind of like 2 peace signs, one with each hand, and put them across the eyes. Looked like Catwoman.
Catwoman, or like John Travolta dancing in Pulp Fiction. Here we go. First down, 10 yards to go from the 17-yard line now for Arlington. They've stayed in this conventional offensive formation with the quarterback under center from the 17. Backs in the eye. McPherson takes the snap. He'll roll back the pass. He'll loft into the end zone. Right-hand corner has a man there. That's going to be incomplete. Elgarico was the intended receiver about 6 yards deep in the end zone, and the defender there was Dalston Bird. He broke it up, incomplete pass.
A little bit of contact on there, but not enough to call the penalty. Just for your FYI, I do prefer Julie Newmar to John Travolta, but my personal opinion.
Not Eartha Kitt. Second down, 10 yards to go. I thought she was perfect. From the 17-yard line, second down, 10 yards to go. See if they can get a perfect pass here as Arlington has it. This time they will run it. Hordick, left-hand side, 15, 10, and then tight ropes along the sideline to the near side. And Frank Foster, you're right in front of that thing. They are really popping each other this evening.
They are, but I tell you right now, if I was the guy in the striped shirt, I would have thrown the yellow flag because Arlington got away with a big, major holding down here. But Murray Gordon didn't see it, so that enabled him to get around the corner.
So third down and 2 yards to go after the run by Hordick. So it's 3rd and 2 at the 9-yard line. Again, they look to the sideline for the play. It's signaled in from the near sideline. From the 9-yard line. On 3rd and 2, here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Hordick. Heads over to the right-hand side. Heads to the 5. Heads to the pylon. Heads to the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington.
John Getman, 6'3", 170 pound, one of those undersized linemen, had the perfect wall-off block to allow Hordick to scamper into the end zone, and Arlington all of a sudden comes roaring back to take the lead. Actually, to tie the score pending the extra point.
So here's where do you go for 2? Do you go for 1? Well, here you got to go for 1. You just got to put the lead on the board. A 27-27 tie here pending this extra point by Hordick, who will kick the football.
And that's why always early in the ball game, I would always go for 1. And then make some of those decisions later in the game.
Here's the snap and the kick on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. And we'll take a break with 10 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the third quarter of action. Our score, the Arlington Eagles 28, the Jackson Timberwolves 27. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Judd and Black, your hometown appliance, electronic, and mattress store. For over 70 years, Judd and Black has provided you the best price, service, and selection. Our products are backed by our own service, parts, and delivery departments. Repairs are done by our own certified technicians. We strive to provide the best sales and service experience. Experience the difference. The Judd and Black difference. For over 70 years, your hometown appliance, electronic, and mattress store.
Reminder, at the end of our ball game tonight, we'll have the Fox Sports 1380 Player of the Game, sponsored by Skagit State Bank, local independent proud that Skagit State Bank, serving Skagit, Whatcom, and Snohomish counties for more than half a century. That's Skagit State Bank. So we'll take a look at that scoring drive here after the kickoff as they're getting set to kick it off. Arlington drives it downfield in their opening possession of the second half, and they lead it now 28-27 as Emmanuel Herrera is in to kick the football. He sets it up at the 40-yard line, but on the left-hand hash mark, as Arlington all huddled up and ready to go. 10-18 to play, a 1-point lead for the Eagles, but Jackson, they're going to get their hands on the football here for the first time in the second half in just a moment. They'll stay huddled up, and now they will break up and be ready to go as the referee says, Jim Pollard, we are set for action, and Herrera will approach the football, and we're back underway. Kind of sidewinds it over to the left-hand side, and it's going to go out of bounds. They're trying to keep it away from the return guys, Bill, and it's not working because they're giving him great field position at the 35-yard line after the penalty.
Yeah, it's almost better to just squib it right down the middle and let it bounce around. You don't want to kick it out of bounds because that makes it too easy for the offense. The Arlington Eagles, after another long kick return by Colton Hordick, they go just 46 yards in 8 plays, 2 on the ground, 6 through the air, take a minute 42 off the clock, a 9-yard touchdown run by Colton Hordick, and Colton Hordick kicked the extra point good, so a 10-18 remaining in the third quarter of this seesaw battle. It's Arlington 28, Jackson 27.
So from the 35-yard line, after the ball went out of bounds on the kickoff, it's 1st and 10 for Jackson, with 3 wide receivers, trip set to the left, and out of the shotgun is Brown. Takes the snap, has Patrick in the backfield with him. He's going to throw the home run ball down the right-hand side, incomplete. Intended receiver downfield was Connor Plaisance, could not catch up with the football. His like number, Derek Sweeney, was with him, stride for stride down the right sideline.
Yeah, just going for it all, trying to stretch that Arlington defense, and the ball put out just a little bit too far. Fairly good coverage on the play, although he had about a half a step on him.
Arlington led it 15-7 at the end of the first quarter. Jackson led it 27-21 at halftime. Right now, 28-27 Arlington. Is our kind of football here on Fox Sports 1380. Glad you're with us. Still to come at Cascade and Everett, game 2 of the doubleheader here at the stadium. Second down, 10 yards to go from the 35-yard line. Brown will take the snap. Trey Patrick to his left. Into block. Now he goes out in the pattern. He throws the ball. Left side. It's going to be complete. Downfield. Trevor Robinson made the catch. No, he was out of bounds. They say that he was out of bounds when the pass was caught. And you know what? Joel Vince is standing right there staring at the official. Kind of puts his hands down and says, you know what? He was out of bounds when the ball was caught.
Yeah, he was ready to glare, but then he thought, well, I guess with his foot on that white line, it is indeed incomplete. But a nice catch by Robinson, but all for naught.
A nice throw by Brown, so the play is signaled in. And now a big third down play here for the Jackson Timberwolves. as they are only 3 of 8 in this ball game on third down conversions. 3rd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Down by a point is Jackson. Can they convert here with a trip set to the left and the snap out of the shotgun as Brown will run the football. 35 looking for a block at the 40. 45 and out of bounds at the 49-yard line. That's enough for a first down for Jackson. Heads-up play by Sam Brown.
Connor Pleasance had a great wall-off block on that play that allowed Brown to get the first down. Just a tremendous insight in keeping that lineman away from him in time for him to run.
Officially a 15-yard gain. He stepped out of bounds right on the 50. So it's 1st and 10 for Jackson. Now alone in the backfield is Brown on 1st and 10. Double wideouts to both sides. Here comes the blitz as well. They don't pick it up, and down he goes. Terry Don went through there absolutely untouched. Check it, it's Derek Sweeney. Derek Sweeney came through untouched, and he got absolutely buried back at the 42-yard line.
Well, Sweeney had no one blocking him, and wow, was he quick on a little stunt and blitz coming all the way from a safety position to just drill him for a big loss.
And Arlington didn't, if I saw it from up here, everybody saw that he was going to be blitzed, but it's going to be a 7-yard loss. 2nd down, 17 yards to go for Jackson. Trip set left, single wide out to the right. Patrick in the backfield to pick up the blitz this time. They don't do it. They throw the pass. It's going to be complete. That's going to be at the 50. That's going to be at the 45. Robinson all the way down to the 44-yard line. So they needed 17, and they got about 13 of it back. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 yards to go here for Jackson.
And once again, a big play for the Arlington defense here on 3rd down. Although you never know with the Joel Vincent team, this might be 4-down territory already.
8:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. A 28-27 lead for Arlington over Jackson. Jackson on the move. 3rd down. 4 yards to go for the Timberwolves at the Eagles' 44-yard line. Here comes the blitz again. They come into the neutral zone. He's over the neutral zone. They don't throw the flag. It's going to be complete on the pass all the way down to Pleasance at the 35-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Wasn't he about a yard into the neutral zone?
Yeah, his foot was across the line of scrimmage. That's an encroachment penalty that they didn't call, but it didn't matter anyway for Jackson because they were able to complete the pass and gain the first down. And Sam Brown continues to be a master. Now he is 15 for 25 for 181 yards.
At the 34-yard line, right hash mark. Jackson in their black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, and white numbers, green trim, moving from left to right here. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Again, here comes the blitz. They pick it up, but not enough. He's going to be buried. Brown will be dropped for a 5-yard loss back at the 39-yard line. Let's get out of the field to Frank Foster. Frank.
You know, guys, I love Coach Daler's comment before he went in. You know, stay tuned. Don't go away in the second half. The last time I heard a comment like that was Coach Rob Akey, and Idaho wound up winning that bowl game.
So 2nd down and 15 yards to go for Jackson. They're at the Arlington 39-yard line, right hash mark. Trey Patrick in the backfield with Sam Brown. Double wideouts both ways. Actually, a slot man to the right. Waiting for the snap. 5 on the shot clock. Waiting for it. Here it is. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Still looking. Now he's going to throw a little dump pass. It's going to be intercepted by Arlington. Picked up by Arlington as Sam Brown advisedly saw an open man, but it's going to be picked off there by Bo Brummel, and it'll be Arlington football.
Wow, he was just trying to make something happen and just flipped the ball out there, and it kind of got away from him. There was a receiver there, but he only flipped it about 6 yards in front of him, right into the chest of Bo Brummel. All he had to do was cradle it to the ground, and so Arlington comes up with a huge break after Jackson moved the ball pretty well, and they will get the ball back here.
You can almost hear Brown say, "Oh, darn it." When he let go of that football because it wasn't going to go where he wanted it to go. Back to the eye behind the quarterback, Blake McPherson. 1st and 10 for Arlington from their own 39-yard line. Throw the pass, left side. It's going to be complete at the 45, and rolling out of bounds is El Garrico as he turned around. Skyler made the catch, and then they're going to say officially an 8-yard gain as he stepped out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
We talked about Brown's impressive numbers. Blake McPherson now is 15 for 23 for 215 yards. Both quarterbacks really throwing the football.
2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line. Their own 47 for Arlington. Again, conventional formation, back to pass. Throws it high and almost intercepted. The intended receiver was Terry Don, and then Dalston Bird. He's been close on a lot of them defensively, playing pretty good defensive back, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Dalston Bird's at 5'8". Had he been about 6'2", he would have taken that to the house.
7:10 to play, 3rd quarter of action, 28-27 Arlington. They have the football. Facing a 3rd down, 2 yards to go from their own 47-yard line. Blake McPherson comes behind center at the left hash mark. Backs in the eye behind him. Colton Hordick is the deep back in the set. Faking the blitz here as they'll roll back the pass. Play action, throws it right side, has a man looking for it. Did he make the catch? No. Intended receiver downfield. El Gorico was the intended receiver. And again, there's that man, Dalston Bird, on the coverage downfield.
And Logan Hunt and also Corey Rowe were in there, just leveled quarterback Blake McPherson just as he was throwing the football, and it forced him to take just a little bit off of that because the receiver was open.
You wonder if Arlington's players aren't lobbying to go for it. 4th down, 2 yards to go. No, they're going to take a timeout. We will take a timeout as well with 7:04 to play in the 3rd quarter of action. Our score, Arlington 28, Jackson 27. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
How many times did you call your cable company to finally get your situation resolved? Jay Buhner here, and when you're talking about internet, TV, and phone, go with the best. Frontier Communications. Frontier's team of local pros are trained to deliver the best high-tech experience with a homegrown touch. Hop on over to Frontier. They're leaving cable in the dirt.
Right now, get high-speed internet from Frontier for just $14.99 a month. Yes, high-speed internet for just $14.99 a month. Call 1-855-FTR-FAST today. With one-year price protection plan, Frontier phone service and $6.99 monthly modem fee. Available in all areas.
Frank Foster, the Arlington Eagles, lobbying to go for it.
Yeah, you know, that's an offshoot of that is because those punts were blocked, and they were also shanked. So they're saying, wait a minute, you know, let's try it. But boy, oh Fridays, at this juncture, they're at the 45-yard line on their own. I would just kick it out and just tell everybody, don't even go down. Send the 2 outside guys, and everybody else just block.
So 4th down, 2 yards to go for Arlington, and they are shy of the 50-yard line. So, boy, that's a big gamble, but see who comes out of the huddle with Greg Gaylor and come out onto the field. 4th and 2. They're coming out like they're going to go for it. Looks like they will. McPherson out of the shotgun as a lone setback behind him as wide receiver to the left and 2 to the right. So going for it on 4th down. 2 yards to go in this non-league game at the 47-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Will they go on a hard snap? No, it's going to be high in the air, and then it's going to be fumbled by McPherson. Jackson will have the football. They'll get it on downs anyway, but better field position down to the 36-yard line.
And Jack Woods, of all people, gets that fumble recovery. Now a fumble recovery, a great tackle for loss, and an interception in return. He's had one whale of a ball game.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Jackson Timberwolves now. They're down by 1, 28-27, but they're starting on the short side of the field from the Arlington 38-yard line, right hash mark, 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Cascade and Everett to follow here at Everett Memorial Stadium as the people continue to file in to watch this doubleheader. Waiting for the snap on 1st and 10. Brown will drop back to pass. Looking, throwing. Patrick makes the catch at the 40. Heads upfield, 35. Pushes the man from behind and stays on his feet down to the 30-yard line. And finally, he is stacked up. He just does never want to come down.
No, he's got strong legs. Good leg drive. And it took 5 or 6 Arlington Eagles to stop his momentum, but a nice gain on 1st down.
So they'll put him down to close to the 30-yard line, so it should be about an 8-yard gain. So it'll be an 8-yard gain. 2nd down, 2 yards to go for the Jackson Timberwolves. Out of the spread formation as they look at the sideline to get the play signal in from the offensive coordinator, put up on a board and just held up. I can never get those dry erase boards to erase properly. Pretty soon it's just all kind of a gray hue to it. 2nd down, 2 yards to go at the 30-yard line, left hash mark. Out of the shotgun is Brown. Patrick to his right. He drops back to pass. everybody in the pattern, throwing the long ball downfield. Complete! Incomplete! Wow. He had the football in his hands. Joachim Soderquist, Bill, and he was turning around, deciding what he was going to do with the football after the touchdown was scored, and it weren't.
I think he was thinking about his celebration because he was wide open. The ball delivered absolutely perfectly, and he just flat dropped the football. Very disappointing for Jackson.
So 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The play comes in. 3rd and 2 for Jackson, as the sun just about now behind the grandstands away from us. We'll actually be able to see the field for the first time here this afternoon. 3rd and 2 from the 30, left hash mark. Brown out of the shotgun. Trey Patrick to his right. As they'll throw the pass to the left, though, it's going to be complete down to the 25. As the pass was caught by Dodd, that will set him up for a first down. So he rolls down to the 25, 1st and 10.
Well, the sun goes down. We can see the field. Actually, it's not like Terrace playing Marysville Pilchuck.
We're in the wrong place. So at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball at the left hash mark now. So 1st and 10 for the Jackson Timberwolves, down by 1, 28-27 to Arlington. Brown takes a snap out of the shotgun. Looks now a little shuttle as a kind of toss sweep around the right side to Trey Patrick. Heads upfield across the 25 and then down to the 23-yard line. So gain of about 2 on the little option play. First time we've seen that tonight by the Jackson T-Wolves.
Patrick now 9 carries for 29 yards. He's still been held pretty much in check so far in this ball game by the Arlington defense.
2nd and 8 for Jackson. 5:07 and counting to play in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles with a 28-27 lead. Only points scored 7 by Arlington here in this second half so far. Here comes the blitz for Arlington, and they come. They're going to pick it up. They're going to throw the ball. It's going to be complete to Connor Pleasance. Makes the catch just across the 15-yard line. That might be enough for a first down. I do believe it is. It's going to be enough for a first down to move the chain. 1st and 10 coming up here for Jackson.
That was a great read by Brown because the linebacker on that side blitzed and he threw a slant into the receiver right where the linebacker had vacated the area.
Line of scrimmage, the 14-yard line of Arlington. 1st and 10 for Jackson. Brown in the backfield. Patrick with it. Double wideouts to the left side. Single to the right. Tight end into the formation. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Across the 10. All the way down to the 7-yard line. Maybe his knee touches the 8, but it's going to be a nice scamper there for the quarterback. And that's enough for a first note. Enough for a... I think they're going to give about a 6 or 7 yard gain on the run by Brown, the quarterback keeper.
And Brown now with 10 carries for 32 yards.
They're saying a 6-yard gain, so a 2nd down, 4 yards to go for the Timberwolves. Knocking on the door here, they're at the 8-yard line. Ball to right-hand hash mark as Sam Brown looking over for the play, and finally they have to call a timeout because they're not getting the play coming in from the far side. That may be a costly timeout here as this close ball game as we get down close to the end, as Jackson has now burned 2 timeouts here in this 3rd quarter.
And that could really come back to haunt them in the 4th quarter in a close ball game.
Let's go down the field to Frank Foster. Frank.
You know, one of the things that I'm noticing down here, guys, is this drive by Jackson is really wearing on the defensive linemen for Arlington. They're really huffing and puffing. A lot of them are holding on to at the knees. They're bending over to get air. Right now they're just giving a lot of fluids down here. So they need to get this drive stopped and get the ball back because they are getting pounded down here.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that players go both ways and might be getting fatigued that way, but what we didn't talk about is the fact that Arlington's linemen, except for Dylan Worley, are all around 210 pounds, and so they've got some big Jackson linemen pounding on them the whole ball game long. That also would tend to fatigue them.
And let me correct myself. Jackson uses their first time out of the second half. I was looking at previous half numbers, so each team has used the timeout here in the second half, so both with 2 remaining. Second down and 3 yards to go here for the Jackson Timberwolves. They're at the 8-yard line of Arlington. Brown under center, backs in the eye behind him. They'll give it to the tailback Patrick. Heads to the right side, 5, looking for the end zone, finds the end zone. Touchdown Jackson on a 7-yard run by Trey Patrick.
Great blocking over on the right-hand side, and then he got about the last 2 or 3 yards all on his own, just bull forced, and again, like he did earlier in the ball game on the other end of the field, kind of backing over the end zone line for 6 points. And now Jackson has gone back into the lead. You know, we usually talk in basketball about lead changes, but this football game has had plenty of lead changes as well.
So Jackson going to go for 2 here, as it's 33-28. So the lead right now is 5 points. Well, that gives you 7, so that's probably what you would do here. So waiting for the snap. Under center is Brown. Turns around, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw the pass. It's going to be complete for the 2-point conversion into the hand of Trev Robinson. So that gives the Jackson Timberwolves a 7-point lead at 35-28 over the Arlington Eagles. This is Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380.
Hey, sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won a game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
3 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the third quarter. A seesaw battle here, and it's 35-28. Jackson leading Arlington. Cascade and Everett still to come here. Second game of the twin bill at Everett Memorial Stadium. And we will tell you, you're listening to Snohomish County Western Conference football on Fox Sports 1380, KRKO Everett. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler and Frank Foster. Pat Castro and Buddy Patrick here on site. Brandon Hamilton back at the controls at the Fox Sports 1380 studios in Everett. Here's the approach, and the end-over-end squib kick taken by an up man. That's Skylar El Dorico at the 25, at the 30, still on its feet at the 35, and all the way out to the 37-yard line. And that is where they'll put it in play. First and 10 for Arlington, now down by 7, 35-28. We take a look at that Jackson drive.
Well, after the fumble on the 4th down attempt that went awry, Jackson took the ball 38 yards in 7 plays, 4 on the ground, 3 through the air, taking 3:14 off the clock. The final play, a 7-yard touchdown run by Trey Patrick. The 2-point conversion was good, a pass from Sam Brown to Trev Robinson, and with 3:46 remaining in the third quarter, it is Jackson 35, Arlington 28.
First and 10 for Arlington. Their white jerseys, white pants, navy blue helmets, and gold trim, moving from right to left or to the south end as the sun now is completely down behind the grandstands on the far side. And first and 10, they'll run the football. It's going to be Hordick heading to the right-hand side. He gets across the 40-yard line, then he cops up the football. Fumble on the field, and it looks like Arlington may still have the football. They do, as Hordick dropped the football, coughed it up, but then is going to end up gaining 4 yards on the play.
Adam Roll was the one, the center was the one that came up with that fumble recovery. Very advantageous for the Arlington Eagles. The one disadvantage of Colton Hordick doing all those twisting moves is he can strip the football, and that's what happened on that play.
Second down, 6 yards to go for the Eagles from the 42-yard line. Their own 42, ball at the right-hand hash mark. Waiting for the snap, out of the shotgun now is McPherson. Drops back to pass, has a lot of time, now throws the bomb down the right-hand side. Has a man there, is a catch made, it's going to be complete at the 20-yard line. All the way down, and the catch is going to be made by Terry Don. Came back, got the football inside the 20-yard line.
The defensive back had perfect position, but Terry Don at 6'4" goes over the top and snags the ball away from him, hangs on as he got there. It was 41 yards on the completion. Big play for Arlington, going deep within Jackson territory.
So first and 10 for the for the Arlington Eagles at the Jackson 12. We'll call it the 17-yard line. From the 17-yard line of Jackson, out of the shotgun is McPherson. First and 10 for the Eagles. Got a setback to his right, does McPherson. Double wideouts in both directions. He's going to run the football. Quarterback keeper up the middle at the 15, then popped as he got to the 10-yard line and then dropped right there in his tracks. Still going to be about an 8-yard gain for the quarterback, Blake McPherson.
Jackson really trying to strip the football. You see the arms going in and trying to pull that ball away, but McPherson wrapped it up with both hands as he went down. And now another timeout.
And Arlington looking like they're going to stop the clock here with a timeout. And they will indeed, and we will keep it right here during this timeout with 1:57 to play in the third quarter, and the lead at 35-28 for the Jackson Timberwolves. And Bill, big possession here for Arlington. They don't want to get it wrong.
They certainly don't, so they want to all be on the same page. Plus, Blake McPherson took a pretty big hit there at the end of that play. I think he might have had a little bit of the wind knocked out of him as he came out. He was kind of gesturing to his chest, but he looks like he's okay. And you're right, Arlington wants to answer right back. Jackson, momentum is a fickle mistress.
That's usually basketball.
But it is indeed here, because it is just going back and forth like a tennis match. And it's been just a fantastic ball game, and now it's Arlington's turn to try to punch it in for 6.
Get out to Frank.
You know, guys, I've been watching the Arlington huddle here, and the coach spent a significant amount of time talking to Terry Dunn specifically. So watch him from up there and see if they're setting up a play one-on-one on this side.
So Terry Dunn wearing number 5. Well, let's tell you where he is right now. He's set up as a wide receiver wide to the left, about 20 yards away from the formation to the near side. It's second down, 2 yards to go from the 10-yard line. McPherson going to Don. A little comebacker, but he's going to be dropped in his tracks as they made the catch at the 5-yard line. But that is going to be enough for an Arlington first down. First and goal coming up here for the Eagles.
You know, that little slant in is good because it could set up the fade later. So, you know, the next time he might, fake the slant and then go out to the corner. And Blake McPherson, all he'd have to do is kind of loft it over the top, except for Don actually has come out now. And so they're going to bring in more of a tight formation.
The first down goal to go for Arlington from the 5-yard line. So 4 cracks at it here to try to tie this ball game. Jackson leading at 35-28. On first and goal from the 5, motion man through the formation is Brummel. They'll turn around, they'll hand it off to Hordick. He gets a hole opened up for him to the right-hand side, then grabbed by the shoestring and dropped before he gets to the end zone. About a 4-yard gain, 1 yard shy.
And just dancing over that, that's the same play that they scored on earlier, and that time he just about was able to punch it in, got all the way to the 1.
Trev Robinson just barely grabbed his ankle before he could put it in. Inside a minute to play in the third quarter, down to 56 seconds to play, and the clock is moving. Second down. And a yard to go. Second down, goal to go from the 1. Looking for the counter play here. Backs in the eye behind the quarterback, McPherson. Motion man is Brummel. Tight formation. They will give it on the inside handoff to Hordick. Is he in? Is he in? No indication from the official. No! He's going to be about a half a yard short. Frank, you can't get much closer to the end zone.
No, you can't. And I was really surprised they didn't run that counter play because they send Bo Brummel, which shifts the defense over to the strong side. If he takes a jab step and go back, he can walk in.
So it's third down, goal to go inside the 1-yard line for Arlington. Looking for the equalizing score. Brummel in motion from right to left. Give it, no, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Heading to the pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington. On the quarterback keeper by Blake McPherson.
He was in by inches before he was snapped out of bounds. They had a couple receivers deep in the end zone, but elected to pull it in and run for it, and Arlington comes within 1 point of tying this ball game.
Let's go down to Frank on the sideline.
That was a classic. The right foot's in and the left foot's out, and he got the right foot in before the left foot went out, and it was a touchdown.
So you shake it all around, do the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. And here's what's all about: a tying extra point by Colton Hordick. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. The kick on the way, airborne. It's up, and it is good. And we're tied with 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here because we're going to take a commercial break at the quarter break, which is just 5 seconds away from right now. Bill, we're going to run out of paper for doing this ball game because it's a 35-35 tie. 70 points we played just 3 quarters.
This has been a great ball, and it's really interesting as last week you would have to say that was one of the worst games we've ever seen, and not because the team was bad, but it was just a big mismatch in a bad game. And this game has had everything that you could possibly want in a football game, as the Arlington Eagles go 38 yards in 6 plays, 4 on the ground, 2 through the air, taking 3:41 off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by Blake McPherson. Colton Hordick's kick was good. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. We are all tied. Arlington 35, Jackson 35, and of course that play was set up by that interception on the poor pass.
Well, and Frank, it's a good thing that these windows don't open because the defensive coordinators are just about to jump out of up here.
Oh, I agree. You know, last week we had a score of 70. Tonight we have 70, but it's 35-35. How much rather have 70 this way? But I tell you, this could come down to whoever has the ball last and scores is going to be the winner, because they're just trading touchdowns left and right. And I do see the both defensive coordinators standing on the edge, so somebody better go grab them back.
Pull them, tuck them back. So 5 seconds to go in the third quarter, all tied up at 35, and the ball on the 40-yard line, where Hordick is going to kick it this time, as he had given up the kickoff duties earlier to Emmanuel Herrera, but 2 or 3 of his kicks had gone screaming straight out of bounds, so Hordick is back in, and here is the approach, and it's going to be high end over end and deep. It's going to be taken by Robinson at the 5, 10, at the 15, at the 20, still on his feet, at the 25, and then finally knocked down from behind as he gets out to the 28-yard line. Nice return by Robinson of about 23 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackson Timberwolves when we come back. End of the third quarter, our score: the Arlington Eagles 35, the Jackson Timberwolves 35. This is Snohomish County Western Conference Football, Fox Sports 1380, presented by Frontier Communications.
Up and away we go. It's time for another On the Road with Sitch and Maury show.
Up and away?
That's right, my friend. Destination Skydive Snohomish at Harvey Field.
Skydive?
You will attempt to become the first Northwest radio personality to skydive while on the air.
You mean like out of an airplane?
And you can join Maury on this historic occasion by booking your flight time right now at skydivesnohomish.com.
Wait. With a parachute?
It's on the way Wednesday, September 14th from 3 till 5.
Did I miss a meeting?
See you at Skydive Snohomish with Fox Sports 1380, and then I'll take you out for some pancakes.
Wait, what?
So Bill Kusler and Frank Foster here,
Arlington 15, but on the last drive of the first half, Arlington strikes again after a long kick return by Colton Hordick. They take it 44 yards in just 3 plays, and Hordick finishes it off.
Now don't give the handoff. Right side, Hordick high in the air to the pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington.
So Arlington scores, but the point after touchdown fails on a bad snap, and at the end of the first half, it was Jackson 27, Arlington 21. We move to the third quarter, and after another long kick return by Colton Hordick, Arlington goes 46 yards in 8 plays, and once again, Hordick finishes it off.
So it's 3rd and 2 at the 9-yard line. Again, they look to the sideline for the play. It's signaled in from the near sideline. From the 9-yard line, on 3rd and 2, here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Hordick. Heads over to the right-hand side. Heads to the 5. Heads to the pylon. Heads to the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington.
So Hordick goes in from 9. He also kicks the conversion point good, and with 10:18 remaining in the third quarter, Arlington back on top. Arlington 28, Jackson 27. But then Jackson comes back after a fumble recovery on a botched 4th down attempt. Jackson goes to short field, 38 yards in 7 plays, and their fine running back hits pay dirt again.
2nd down and 3 yards to go here for the Jackson Timberwolves. They're at the 8-yard line of Arlington. Brown under center, backs in the eye behind him. They'll give it to tailback Patrick. Heads to the right side, 5, looking for the end zone, finds the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson, on a 7-yard run by Trey Patrick.
So Patrick goes in, Jackson goes for 2. This time they completed a pass from Sam Brown to Trev Robinson, and Jackson led at that point with 3:46 remaining in the third quarter, 35-28. But of course you know that Arlington's going to come back. Arlington drives the ball 38 yards in 6 plays, and their quarterback has the opportunity to, will he pass or will he run?
So it's 3rd down, goal to go inside the 1-yard line for Arlington. Looking for the equalizing score. Brummel in motion from right to left. Give it, no, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Heading to the pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Arlington.
McPherson, a 1-yard run. Hordick's kick was good with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We are tied at 35, and we move into the fourth quarter. Then Jackson gets a big drive. The big play being a 20-yard pass completion, then a fumble, and the ball returned 30 yards farther up the field by Trev Robinson. And finally, they move the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line, where Jackson's fine quarterback decides to do it with his legs.
3rd down, 2 yards to go. Back to pass on the play action is Brown. Looking, no, he's going to run the football. 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson.
on the run from 5 yards away. Sam Brown to the quarterback keeper, and Jackson retakes the lead.
So Brown scores. Trevor Hodges' kick is good with 9:50 remaining in the ball game. Jackson with a 42-35 lead. But then, once again, Arlington comes back in this seesaw affair, going 65 yards in 10 plays. And Brown scored earlier, the quarterback. Arlington's quarterback scores again.
10th play of the drive, first down, goal to go at the 5-yard line for Arlington. Motion man is Brummel. He stops behind the quarterback. Play action. He'll look to pass. He'll tuck it up and run. He's at the 5 as McPherson dives to the end zone and in for a touchdown, Arlington. As the quarterback, McPherson, took it, rolled to the left. He was going to throw. He wasn't going to throw. He didn't throw. He ran it for a 5-yard dive and the score.
So Arlington's Colton Hordick kicks the extra point, and we are tied at 42. Jackson gets the ball back, cannot drive. A tremendous punt by Trey Patrick pins Arlington back on their own 10-yard line with 1:40 remaining, and the score tied, and the play of the game occurs.
First down, 10 yards to go. Out of the shotgun is McPherson. Drops back to pass. Looks upfield, throws it over the middle, has a man there. That's a completion at the 35, at the 40, off to the races at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, the 10, the 5. It is a touchdown for Colton Hordick. A 90-yard touchdown pass from McPherson to Hordick. Touchdown, Arlington.
Unbelievable. Colton Hordick's kick was good. Arlington goes up 49-42. Jackson gets a little bit of a drive, but is finally held on downs. And the Arlington Eagles defeat the Jackson Timberwolves by a score of 49-42. When we come back, we'll take a look at the voluminous stats in that ball game. We'll be back right after this. This is Fox Sports Radio 1380.
Community members like you built Skagit State Bank to be strong and independent. Today, we continue our founder's mission. To do so, we remain flexible to meet your needs today, tomorrow, and well into the future. We are grounded in our responsibility to you, our customer, and are dedicated to helping our communities grow and thrive. It takes time and it takes commitment, and it's what helps to make us independently strong. Skagit State Bank, member FDIC, local, independent, proud.
Roy Eskenazi here with registered dietitian Julie Mahler from Integrated Rehabilitation Group in Mukilteo. Julie, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, what's better, to eat the peel for its nutrients or to cut it off to avoid contaminants?
The good news is that the peels of most fruits and vegetables do contain great nutrients as well as beneficial fiber, but the bad news is that that peel is also contaminated with pesticides, dirt, and bacteria.
So wash it off then, I'm guessing?
Absolutely. The research shows that plain water gets rid of 98% of surface bacteria, and don't forget to wash your hands first before you wash those fruits and vegetables.
Okay, and quickly, we're even talking about like cantaloupe and watermelon and that kind of thing?
Absolutely. If you scrub the outside of your cantaloupe, watermelon, and pineapple, then you prevent that knife from scraping the bacteria into the inside of the fruit.
For more information, or if you need a dietitian in your life, go to irgpt.com. Integrated Rehabilitation Group, the official dietitian of the Everett Silvertips.
Go wild! How can you go wild with the family this summer? Head to Wild Waves Theme Park in Federal Way, Washington. To go wild in over 60 rides, slides, and attractions. The new water ride, the Riptide, is now open. Riptide now open. See the brand new entertainment line. Our All-American High Dive Show and our high-energy stage show, Rock Nation. Get your discount tickets for only $29.99 plus tax per person at select Federal Way area Safeway stores. Go to wildwaves.com for discount ticket locations. Wild Waves Theme Park. Loads of summer fun. Go wild!
We welcome you back live to Everett Memorial Stadium. We'll take a look at the stats from Game 1 here in just a moment. Right now, Frank Foster is down on the field with head coach Nick Klopsky of the Cascade Bruins for Game 2. Frank.
Thanks, Tom. Coach, I don't even want to go to last week, and I know you don't want me to go there either, but what has been the emphasis this week at practice?
Focus. I think when, especially when Larry got hurt early in the game, that really hurt our focus, and I don't think we were real focused before that anyway. This week the theme all week's been focus.
Well, they came out and they really looked fired up. Let's talk about Larry Bruce. What's his status?
Larry's going to have surgery on the 21st, I believe it is. He has an ACL tear, and his season's over.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Coach, what the keys for tonight's game, defensively, what do you have to do to stop Everett?
Oh, we're going to have to stop number 4, their tailback. He's 30-some carries last week, and he's their guy, and he's a big physical kid with some speed, so it's going to be a challenge.
Offensively, who's going to start at QB, and what do you have to do tonight?
Teller Eubanks is our quarterback tonight, and what we need to do is hold on to the football, not turn it over, and get first downs, and try to control the clock and play Bruin football.
Coach, other than Larry, how's the health of the team?
We lost our fullback Tuesday in practice, Jake Lewis. So, we're already banged up again, and we need the captains. And so, we're trying to overcome that, and, hopefully we come out and we give a good showing tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Frank, with head coach Nick Klopsky. And Bill, just sounds like it was a long week at Cascadeville this week. As Bill
it
has
certainly is. They've got injuries. Their program is struggling. But Nick Klopsky is a great guy. He's going to try to get them focused and try to rebuild that program.
Let's go back down. Speaking of great guys, he's with one now. Frank with Will Soren.
Thanks, Tom. Coach, last week you get a big W against Mount Vernon. I read the little coach's comment. We want to be scrappy. We want to fly to the ball. Is that what you saw last week?
Yeah, that's been our goal all off season. We came out this fall last weekend and did a great job. Flew around on defense, made some plays when we had to. Offensively, especially in the second half, we kind of got some things going for us. And we're not the biggest team, but we played with a lot of grit, I thought, last week. And we just got to improve on that this week and even come out and execute a little bit better, even with that same energy and that same excitement we had last week.
Coach, I'm going to give you 2 players' names. You talk to me about them. First one, Andrew Dixon. The second one, Blake Williams.
Andrew's been a solid leader for us all offseason, and team captain for us. Come out, he's kind of the staple in there of our offensive and defensive lines, and makes a lot of great calls for us. Busts his tail every single play, and is a real strong leader not only on the lines but also for our program. Blake Williams brought it last week. Had a great game. He just really battled a lot of yards, but a lot of them were yards after contact. And those were yards that you can't really count on, but you really want. He really brought it and deserves all the success he had last week.
Coach, let's talk about the keys for tonight. Defensively, what do you have to do to stop Cascade?
Well, we got to be disciplined. They're always fast. They always have some athletes, and they do a nice job getting downfield and blocking. So we have to be disciplined in our rules and our responsibilities. And we need to get 11. It comes back to getting 11 people to the ball and being scrappy and being that team that just flies. And we're not going to go away. And we're going to be that team. And that's, I think, going to be one of the main keys for us tonight.
Offensively, what can we expect from you guys tonight?
Well, that's still up in the air a little bit right now. Last week we came out and we ran the ball really well, and I think they probably know who Blake Williams is this week, and they're going to come out and really try to stop him. So we're really going to try to see where that goes, but we also know we have to put the ball in the air a little bit more as well.
Coach, with the addition of Jackson High School, is this still a key rivalry game for Everett and Cascade?
Well, to us it is. I don't know about the league and Snohomish County, but to Everett and Cascade, I believe it is. And knowing the coaching staff over there and our players and listening to them all week, they still know what it means. And I don't think that's changed at all. And that's kind of the fun thing about it. And they all know each other, and they've gone to school together and played with each other and against each other. So to us, it's the same thing, and it's a big deal.
Coach, how's the health of your team?
Pretty good. We're doing pretty well right now. Some soreness, some aches and pains here, but I think we got everybody going tonight.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Tom?
Thanks very much, Frank Foster. When we come back, we'll take a look at the stats from the first game. Coming up, Cascade and Everett just completed track meet. Arlington and Jackson. Arlington wins at 49-42 over Jackson. The stats coming up right after this on Fox Sports 1380.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won a game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
Hi, Tommy Lane here with Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki. Suzuki manufactures more cars than Mazda, Subaru, and BMW combined, and every Suzuki model is available with world-class all-wheel drive. Add America's #1 warranty of 7 years and 100,000 miles, and you've got an award-winning all-weather ride to fit your needs and pocketbook. Before you spend that extra money on a Subaru, you better check out Suzuki, America's most affordable all-wheel drive. Discover Suzuki's lineup of all-wheel drive vehicles at Dwayne Lane's Everett Suzuki or online at DwayneLane.com. Suzuki, all-wheel drive for all. And remember, we'll take care of you.
I think that Coastal Community Bank is a great bank for the customer because they're not a number to us, they're an individual, and as such they all have individual needs that we try to meet to the best of our ability. Local matters because if you have a problem, just one phone call to one person and it gets taken care of. People are choosing Coastal Community Bank because they understand that we are truly a community bank. In fact, it's our middle name. And as such, we're very involved in our customers' businesses, their individual financial requirements, and we take care of them. I like working for Coastal Community Bank because the people that I've come to know at Coastal Community Bank are all excellent professional bankers, and we all have one common goal in mind, and that is to be the best bank we possibly can to our customers and to the community. I'm Lyle Ryan, Vice President, Senior Relationship Manager at Coastal Community Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Everett Memorial Stadium. Bill Kusler along with Tom Lafferty and Frank Foster. The first game of the doubleheader, the Arlington Eagles defeat the Jackson Timberwolves 49-42. We're waiting for the Everett-Cascade rivalry in just a few minutes, but let's take a look at the stats of the first game first for the Jackson Timberwolves. They were led in rushing by Trey Patrick. He had 13 carries for 41 yards. Sam Brown ended up with 14 carries for 35 yards. Trev Robinson, 1 carry for 30. So 106 yards rushing for Jackson. In the passing department, Sam Brown ended the ball game 22 of 43 for 260 yards. Receiving the football, Trev Robinson, 5 catches for 57 yards. Soderquist, 4 catches for 52. Patrick, 1 catch for 24. Andrew Dodd, 3 catches for 24. Sean Gleckler, 2 catches for 19, and Connor Plaisance had 7 catches for 84 yards. So 106 yards rushing, 260 yards passing for 366 total yards for the Jackson Timberwolves. The Arlington Eagles were led in rushing by Colton Hordick, had 12 carries for 36 yards. Blake McPherson, 8 carries for 31 yards. Chalakwa had carries for a -4 total, so just 63 yards rushing for the Arlington Eagles. But in the passing department, Blake McPherson, 22 of 33, 397 yards, 3 touchdowns, had 1 ball picked, and those went to 4 different receivers. 2 receivers over 100 yards receiving. Colton Hordick had 5 catches for 128 yards. Terry Don, 7 catches for 101. Skylar Elgarico had 5 catches for 92 yards, and Bo Brummel had 5 catches for 76 yards. So for Arlington, 63 yards rushing, 397 yards passing, 460 total yards. When we come back, we'll take a look at Cascade and Everett. This is Western Conference football on Fox Sports Radio 1380.